Starting.
Okay.
George, where's the hype button? We're starting.
Oh no! We're good.
Alright, we're starting. We should be live.
Wait, why do you have it?
Oh, I didn't change it.
Hello, everyone!
It's Dylan from Yugioh Everything.
Here we go.
And welcome back to another Talking Yugioh Crazy 8's episode. This is episode 49, Sink My Battleship.
Echo.
Oh, Echo. Oh, word?
That's interesting.
Alright, Echo's fixed.
Here we go.
This is episode 49, Sink My Battleship. Thank you guys all so much for being here. This, to my knowledge, is the only podcast on the internet where 5 dudes talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush, which I absolutely love. The show, of course, not the fact that we're 5 guys talking about Go Rush.
Just cut
but
it off.
all right.
It just starts getting long.
I wanted to welcome you to the podcast. Thank you all so much for being here. I'm Joe. We got a full crew. We had to break down this wild episode. We got Pete, Dredger, Nick T, and Cal. Guys, how are we doing today?
Fantastic.
Good.
I'm doing pretty good.
Good.
How are you?
Pete, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man.
Good. Dredge, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man.
Good.
How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing wonderful.
Some big things happened in your life today?
Very big.
Oh, well, yeah, as a Jets
I made
fan.
it clear that my intention was to play, and my intention was to play for the New York Jets.
Aaron Rodgers is coming. I think we're going to throw a parade. It's crazy. But we're not going to talk about Aaron Rodgers just yet. We are going to be talking about the duel between Yugioh and Yugioh, and the duel between the Earth Damar and Yugi. That is a duel we definitely did not see coming based on the spoilers.
Yuga.
Um,
Yuga, not Yuhi. Yuga.
Yuga and the Earth Damar. Sorry.
I got you.
So, yeah, we got a lot to talk about. There was certainly a lot that happened in these 23 minutes. Before we get into it, I do want to thank everybody who donated or super chatted in last week's episode. A huge thank you to That Man 666, Electra Kevin, Ice Aiden, Colin Cleaves, Crystal Colden, Kathy D, Kaiju Habinu, Goose, Dark Emperor J, Limestone, Starrixis, and a special thank you to Angie, who donated, I think, well over $40. So, Angie, thank you. And to everyone, thank you so much. There are 2 ways to donate if you choose to do so. It is never expected. It is never required by any means. You can super chat through the YouTube feature, or you can donate using the link in the description, whatever you feel more comfortable with. Had 2 duels, 2 1v1s.
Yep.
Would any of you guys like to start us off here?
Actually, I'll let you start it off.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
Okay.
I'll add you for a second.
I don't have too much to say. I mean, if you've seen my duel... I don't
Hey,
wanna
there's a
regurgitate
review.
anything.
If you guys haven't watched the review, make sure you check it out. Nick T, did you watch the review?
I did not watch the review.
Did you want to start?
No, go ahead.
Oh, okay. It seemed like you were wanting to start.
No, I have it on just for...
Got it. Yeah, so what did I think about episode 49? I thought it was really, really good. One of the best episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush thus far, in my opinion. A duel that already feels Final Battle-esque. And I think that's the vibe you always want to have at the end of an arc, especially a season. But it's crazy to me because we talked about how... I want to look at the grandiose stature that Studio Bridge has done with their Yu-Gi-Oh! Duels. Obviously, at the end of 7's, we had a very over-the-top duel with 7 pilots piloting the Rush Duel robot, dueling the Otis robot. And this duel, in my opinion, has a lot of similarities to that one, which maybe we'll get into as the show goes on. But that felt pretty over-the-top. And it's like, all right, that's a pretty over-the-top duel. I don't know if anything in Go Rush is going to outdo that. Well, in this episode, we obviously get introduced to Battleship Rush duels where the battleships turn into actual duel discs. The monsters are so large that the pilots that piloted the Rush Duel robot at the end of 7's now need to actually pilot the monsters themselves, as we see here in episode 49. I don't know if we will ever get a more obnoxiously cool, over-the-top duel in Yu-Gi-Oh! Again. And this is something that Studio Bridge, ever since the very first arc, their very first chance to kind of put their mark and stamp on the Yu-Gi-Oh franchise. So we got to go back to Yu-Gi-Oh 7's. We got to go back to that first arc. and it all makes sense in a little bit. What did they do at the end of that first arc, Yugioh versus Roa? They did something that we have never seen in Yugioh, where Yugioh was using a card that was banned right before the duel began, and if he drew it, he would have automatically lost. That's a concept that we never saw previously in Yu-Gi-Oh! And by doing that, this studio basically said, we're going to try to do things that the Yu-Gi-Oh! Fan who's watched for 10, 15, 20 years has never seen before. We're going to try to do unique things to bring a new stroke of creativity into this franchise. They did it in the first arc. They've continued to do it. We even saw it at the end of Arc 2. In my opinion, that was the weakest arc finale duel between Yugioh and Rovian, where Yugioh had one space on his duel disc that wasn't usable. So we've even seen it, with that duel. And they continue to do these new things and bring fresh ideas into this franchise. A franchise that does have 20 years of catalog. A franchise that does at this point have, I believe, over 1,000 anime episodes. So whenever something new happens, whenever there's a new idea, a new concept, just for that, whether it works or not, whether you like it or you hate it, I give them credit for trying something new. And I'm excited to see where they go next. But I'm also going to really enjoy the setting that we got here. So without me going too much into the characterizations and whatnot, I did want to kind of give my opening monologue on that, because I think Studio Bridge has really done a masterful job in crafting these unique viewing experiences for the final arc duels that we as Yu-Gi-Oh! Fans have just never experienced before. And I think that can't be understated how much value that adds to the show, at least for me. But Nick T, we'll actually start with you.
Wow.
What did you think about what did you think about 49 here, man?
I actually really loved 49. I thought it was, at every turn it gave us something. Like, it feels like a finale. Like, it's big in every way. Like, literally and, like, plot-wise. Like, we have, like, the Battleship duel, which I think is so cool. And I really love the pilots, like, the duelists piloting the monsters in a way.
Their own ace monsters that they
and
gave.
then and it's funny because that adds like a layer of like comedy there, even though it's like it's sick, and then it adds another joke where it's like, oh, he sacrificed Cosmic Titan immediately, and you was so pissed, and like that's hilarious. Like that joke hit for me. But in general, just like plot wise, having Yugioh and the Luge like come back, answering our question that like they were saved by the oh my gosh.
By
Manabu and
Rovian were saved by them, which is something that the episode right after that happened, I came on here and
you
I
said it.
I said it's got to be them.
Confirmed.
That was a rare dub for you.
Rare dub. You know what? I'll take.
Wait, not only that, when you were reacting to it,
The
live,
Lord
you
is
go,
good.
"Oh man, I guess I was wrong," because it was just showed the two of them,
I didn't
and then the other two came in, and you're like, "Oh, I was right."
You were right, and it was sick.
See, it shocked you. You were right.
Yeah. I just really enjoyed like the whole setup, like the duel like is shaping to be something pretty huge and
Spectacular.
Spectacular is a good way to put it. Yeah, I just really enjoyed it.
Yeah. Pete, we'll skip it over to you.
I like that. He's going.
Well,
there.
you are the number one Yugioh fan. You've called yourself that.
He was number one.
I made it. Hey mom, I made it.
So we finally see Yugioh back in the dueling prowess here. His first interactions with Yugioh in a bit. What were your thoughts on the beginning stages of this duel and of the season finale here, episode 49?
It's great. I mean, this is exactly the high stakes I want. I like that Yugioh continues to deliver these zingers. You know, he just seems like he's a master at that. He's supremely confident in what's going on because he holds all the cards. He knows, figuratively and literally. I mean, he knows exactly what his plan is here, and I think he, in some ways, mocks Yugioh of like, "You think you figured out everything?" And it's like, and he knows he hasn't. That being said, I think he maybe underestimates Yugioh in some ways because he's been shown, especially with all of his friends, everybody helping him out, they're pretty clever. And so I wouldn't be surprised if they have a counter to that already, set in motion, or they'll be able to think on the spot. The whole Battleship idea, I enjoy. I always love final battles, whether it's in Yu-Gi-Oh or anything, where we're in this moral conundrum, and we're deciding it in front of everyone because it's like let the people decide what's right, what's wrong, and let's broadcast it and not be because I think a lot of times duels, especially even big ones, kind of happen in like a single room. The public doesn't hear about it, or in the case of Rush, the public is often lied to. You know,
It's a good point. Duels are rarely broadcasted.
Manya-chan's getting on TV and just being like, it's just a training exercise or something else. So it's nice that we're, because all of Velgear, the cluster, knows what the hell's going on, unlike the people in Mutsaba Town there. It's nice that we can showcase that to everyone, and I like that those little debate scenes between the soldiers of like, well, it's Supreme Commander Yugioh, like obviously we're gonna follow him, and they're like, well, I mean, this Udius guy, he's a pretty high-ranking officer. I mean, maybe
we should hear him out.
Maybe he's got something to say here. Maybe this is worth letting this play out.
Yeah.
And I think it's so easy to skip over those kind of questions and those like useless side character soldiers. And showing that debate has been the whole point of the season. Yeah. And I'm glad that they didn't shy away from that.
True. Yeah. Dredge, your general thoughts on the episode?
I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great great intro to this final duel. I want to say I wasn't like right about a 2-on-2 duel, but I was pretty dang close. I have to say, you got two side by side duels, Yugioh, Dormammu, and you got Udius and Yugioh. So I was pretty close on that. So I was happy about that. Just a good call on I'll give you credit. Good call on Manabu and Roby being saved by the Lugan. Yugioh, good call there. That was good. Seeing Zuijou's new ace was pretty impressive. Yeah, it literally was. What's that card? Right, geeky that just clears your board. Right,
the dark hole. Oh, right,
No, Raigeki. First he had dark hole, and then Raigeki. It's. Yeah. Seeing the legend card, dark hole. Two board wipes. Yeah, pretty impressive.
The second one was bullshit.
That
was such bullshit. It's like, if all the monsters are the same level, and I'm like.
Yeah, very Yu-Gi-Oh anime, the second one.
Yeah, very much
absolutely,
so.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, really good. I'm looking forward to see where this goes. I'm actually very intrigued about the Dormammu Yugioh duel. I feel like there's something there.
I agree.
I don't know what.
I don't know what either.
But just something about you coming to verse. I'll take care of I got Dormammu. Like he clearly knows what the Earth Damar is. Like Yugioh, I don't think would play dumb there. He knows exactly what it is. To see how that plays out. Again, Pete made a good point. We're on the biggest stage. Everyone's watching. This is where, you pay $10 million for that good player each year in sports, and when they don't show up this day, so that's why you're glad you have Udius and Yugioh, who are two great players. I still love the villainous of Yugioh. Even early in the episode, Pete kind of touched on it. Like, he's just like, he knows. He basically, in poker, we call it the nuts. He has the nuts. He knows he does. He's got the best hand.
No, he doesn't.
But there is one card left on the board.
Yeah.
There has to be one card more to play, but he has nuts as of now. There's one card. Only one card can beat him.
Yeah.
And it's Udius.
The nuts refers to a poker term where you have the best possible hand.
It is.
You can't lose.
Yes. But there's one card left. So as of now, he does.
Yeah,
but can Udius
the river hasn't come.
The river hasn't come.
But Yugioh, after Yugioh flopped the nuts. We'll see if he'll be able to stay in control.
So Udius has the turn next to end the river to see if he can.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Did you
it's
also
poker terms?
Did you notice the Styx River reference? That also
that reference went over my head. What is that?
So, I honestly, Nick T would know this as well. So, it's a whole thing of like mythology of like in hell, like that's the cursed river basically. I think Hades runs like the underworld, right?
Yeah,
is the whole thing.
Yeah,
and so
Hades is also the name of the underworld as well. It's
weird. Did Mitsuko basically say to Yugioh, "I'm going to send you to hell"?
Basically,
in some terms,
she's
really very. She's angry.
The souls of the dead are brought to the underworld.
That's where the ferryman's there, and you use the coin, and then they take you down. Yeah,
I'd say one of I thought the funniest moments of the episode was right after Mitsuko said that. And it just cuts to Denova, who just goes, "What is that lady talking about?"
I know. Well, they don't like each other.
That's funny. The Denova stuff I find
just smugly, just kind of dismisses.
Like, why does she think she knows?
Yeah, she's like, what is she even talking about?
Yeah, actually, that's funny. I actually like that a lot.
She's just some gibbering woman who nonsensical. Cal, there's a lot that we have to get to. I mean, there really is because you've got. Yugioh returning here. Yep. You've got the comparisons between this and the final duel of sevens. You've got what's the purpose of Yuga and Dormammu dueling? Is there a deeper purpose there? You've got Go Hyuna's reaction to Yuga being safe, which I rewatched it after you brought it up. And I'm like, yeah, that's a weird reaction.
Very odd.
So we're going to dive into all of that, all of it. But Caliber, generally speaking, what were your thoughts on the episode?
So, I mean, I liked it a lot. To kind of bounce off what you... Actually, I'll let that wait. I liked it a lot. I thought the duel was very interesting. Again, I thought it was going to be a 2v2, and then they kind of split it out, and it's that 1v1 on one side, 1v1 on the other at the same time, which I actually do like a lot, because I like the idea of having Yugioh versus Yugioh one-on-one again, you know, like front and center rather than like a tag team. But yeah, I guess I was in agreement with like you said about Yuga, like kind of what's his purpose is there like a bigger purpose for him going against Dormammu one-on-one rather than like, you know, anybody else and whoever it could have been. I think that I don't know if Yuga was needed, but I'm kind of excited to see why he's needed. Because I know Dredger said he expected Yuga to potentially come back for the finale, and I was like, I don't know. I didn't see the reasoning behind it, so that's kind of what I'm looking forward to in the next couple episodes is to see what his connection is, not only just to like our team, we kind of understand his connection to Yugioh and to Yugioh to a small extent at least, but like to the Earth Damar as well. I think it's a very interesting conversation piece, and also with Yuna, she lit up like a light bulb when she saw that he was there and he was okay.
Yeah,
she was like
she got choked up. I mean, she got very emotional.
Yeah, so that's also very interesting. So
we know they have a history.
Yeah,
like is it like a deep seated like is it something guilt related? Like he saved her? Is it like she just admires him as a duelist and a creator of rush duels, or is it like more of a close friendship that we're not aware of? Like there's something interesting.
Yeah,
no, maybe a mentorship.
Both interactions that they have had.
Yeah.
She's been very over the top
and
not in her normal like I'm gonna beat the shit out of you.
Not even in a comical way like we see towards Rovian.
Exactly. It's like
it's more of like a serious,
it's
like
an
genuinely worried way.
Yeah.
And that's not obviously she cares about Rovian a great deal as well.
That's how you worry about your husband.
But like the way that like she like acts towards Rovian,
it's like a genuine connection,
like over the top to a point where it's like a little like
it's
funny.
Yeah.
But with Yuga, there's a lot more like raw emotion there, and that like. Even we know there's a deeper connection between them that we've seen, because even before we knew that Yuga was in this world, our first introduction to Go Hyuna was her recognizing Udio's dual disc and using his deck and using Seven's Road
There's
Magician.
A deep They're not gonna overshadow that or like forget about it, because they every time they have an opportunity they go right back to it.
Yeah, I don't know if there's another point you wanted to make.
No, what I was going to say was the dual disc, so you hit it for me there.
Yeah.
But no, overall, I did like the episode a lot, and it's definitely, I mean, it was a great way to kind of table set the rest of the season.
100%.
Well said.
Can I say
I want to keep it to Yuga as well for a little bit, but
it's exactly what I'm going to do. So
to
Cal's point with Yuga, I was reading your mind there.
Yeah.
I think he's here. I think the way he fits into this, and this is just my opinion, my, I guess, small theory about it, is that he feels responsible for everything that's happening, because even though he was in a no-win situation where he was, I mean, basically physically forced in the situation he was in, he allowed Yugioh to obtain this type of power in manifesting and creating rush duels for him.
Yep.
So everything that's about to happen on a galactic scale rests unfairly at the feet of Yuga.
Yeah.
And so I think that's why he's here, to try to tip the balance and ensure that Yugioh does not win. And so to me, that's where his simple but important place is in this duel, is that he already said way back when that he's basically screwing the timeline.
Yeah.
Wherever we are, universe, wherever the hell we are, I think he's here to correct that as much as possible.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I also think there's another element at play here that actually has not been highlighted yet by any of you guys. I think the Earth Damar is this entity, being, power, whatever you want to, label it as, that is so strong and growing and gaining power at such a rapid rate that Yuga might believe, or maybe knows, that the Earth Damar will be key in getting him back to where he needs to be in the world.
Oh.
Because the Earth Damar at this point has an insane amount of power.
It's not bad.
Awesome.
And that's kind of what I'm believing. that him matching up with the Earth Damar here, he is trying to figure out what the Earth Damar is really about and how he can maybe utilize it, or maybe defeating it will get him to like earn the Earth Damar's trust in some sort of way, and he'll be able to enlist the Earth Damar to help him get back to his place in the universe.
I think that's a great there. Or it could also just simply be he's more up to speed than our characters and we are as the audience. He understands, just like Yugioh, the immense power of this thing.
Yeah.
And so now he goes, well, shit, this is getting out of hand. Like, I need to step in and, like, take care of this situation.
I've got to calm this down with a rush tool,
I also think, to your point about getting it to trust him, like, the Earth Damar just wants to duel because it thinks it's fun. Like, it looks fun. It wants to have fun. And that's how Yugioh is about rush duels.
Yeah.
He never cared about winning necessarily.
No, Pac-Man.
It was about having fun.
Yeah.
It was about creating the game and spreading joy to everybody.
Right.
Yeah, like Pac-Man.
Exactly.
So in reality, if he's showing the Earth Damar how joyous rush duels can be, that's a great way to gain its trust and be like, look, I can show you all these fun things. Travel around with me. Travels back, gets him home.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, definitely. I think anything's kind of on the table right now. I do want to focus then on the rush duel element. So the other big thing that people may have missed is Yugioh and Yugioh, kind of like I equated it to two politicians, are debating in front of all of Velgears which way is the right way to end the duel, to end the war with rush duels through brute force, or to end it through peace. Obviously, we know Yugioh wants brute force. We know Yugioh wants to end it peacefully. Logistically, it's very easy to understand and comprehend how you can end a war through brute force with rush duels. Yeah. Logistically, it's not nearly as clear-cut. How do we end the war peacefully? Where do we begin with that? Do you think it would work? Like, we can just wipe out this other, planet or army with rush duels. Let's just do that versus we can end it peacefully. Yeah. And Yugioh knows that. And one of my favorite parts of the episode is right before the duel actually commences, Yugioh in front of everyone asks Yugioh a very simple but tricky question. How do you plan on using rush duels to end the war peacefully? And he's got that smile on his face. His two subordinates, Muda and Denova, they're smiling too.
I said it before. I can say it again if you want.
Well, you can say it.
He flopped the nuts.
He flopped the nuts.
Yeah, he has them. But there's still cards, so that's Yugioh's chance.
Absolutely. Well, and that's the thing. So that's kind of what I wanted to ask you here, because Yugioh doesn't answer, but he points to the sky, and that's when the battleship turns into a dual disc, and that duel commences. I believe Yugioh, through this insanely over-the-top spectacle of a duel, will be able to convey the emotions that rush duel can bring. Yeah. It's a very big theme of Yugioh, the positivity, the bonds, the power of friendship, to everyone in Velgears. I think that's what he's going for, and that's why that was his first action instead of answering. But what did you guys make of that whole exchange?
Can I start on that?
Yeah, absolutely.
I was very... it was almost a conflicting answer by Yugioh if his answer is to, the dual disc up in the sky to do this duel, because his own allies are being violently injured every time they are killed as a card. Yeah. So they're showing that through peace with rush duels, you can end the war, but it's not really a peaceful battle.
No, it's not.
They're watching people get electrocuted. I guess that's the best way to look at it. Yeah. When they're their cards are dying. Yeah. So I was watching it and I'm like, is he gonna triumph with the force first and then figure it out after? Because that's kind of what it feels like right now. Right. And how would an outside party, again, it's a show, but as an outside party watching, they should be like, wow, those drivers of those planes look like they're actually getting really hurt. Yeah. What's peaceful about rush duels? Yeah. So then they're gonna start thinking, okay, sure, peace might be the right idea, but I don't know if this is going to be peaceful for anyone.
No, it's a good point. It's a good point.
I actually want to jump right on the other side of that right now, because that's a great point, Cal. But I think this happens in a lot of animes and shows. I believe that is people, the world needs to see something. Right now, what they're seeing is rush duels are violent, right? Yeah. Rush duels are hurting people. there has to be so I think that's kind of what Yu-Gi-Oh's going for. They're going for, let's show, people that, these rush duels, they can be dangerous and painful and powerful, and you can use brute force. But there's got to be a better way. There's no need to hurt other people, and I think that's why we saw that, and Udius is going to find a way. Again, I couldn't tell you how. I don't know how he's going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's you want to show how bad something is so that you can see the opposite side of it, see something better.
Yeah.
There's an anime out there that Dylan and I can attest to. We both watched it, where a character he gives up literally everything for the benefit at the end, and I think he can think of this one. I'm not going to say it. I don't want to give it away. If not, I'll tell him later, and he'll remember. But sometimes you have to see the bad. You have to see how awful something is for someone else to step in and show, this is better. There's another way. So, but I agree, Cal, that they are violent right now. So there needs to be another way.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like we need to see what's going to happen.
And the world's seeing it on a big scale.
Because right now, that's why I'm saying, in this current position as an outsider, you're watching this and you're seeing these people get electric shocked as they're flying back in, and Chupataro's eyes are swirling around. He's done for. It's very interesting.
Kogias?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying not to. I was trying to because again.
No, it's fine. It's vague enough.
Yeah,
I think the spoiler warrant has gone out on shows that are 15 years old.
I don't know.
That was a fan. Did you finish that?
Oh, that was it.
It's
That moved into my top 5. It's 5.
It's number 2 for me.
Because of that ending. It's just
damn.
again.
I was just gonna.
I have Death Parade.
You have Death Parade
Death
number
Parade's
1.
it's the most emotional, hard-hitting anime I've ever watched.
Really?
It's 13 episodes. It's a very
You did
short
tell
show.
me that. I have to watch.
It's incredible. It's very powerful, and I will say the opening of Death Parade.
Wait.
Same person, same band that's performing opening to a Go Rush. So I can't wait. I wish they could just take that opening and then just redo it.
Copy and paste.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Here we go.
Copy and paste.
Here we go.
Here we go. That being said, some really good points there. Pete, did you have anything you wanted to add on that? How Udius is going to convey this message of peace?
Yeah, actually. I think, to be honest, I think he has somewhat of a structure here. I'm not saying he's flying blind. Again, not meaning to make these puns, but I am.
Great pun, dude.
But damn it. But I feel like I'm Ellie. But it's more in the sense that I think he's going to figure it out as he goes.
Got it.
And I think we've seen this in his last duel with Yugioh of his moment of talking to his countrymen, which were, in Valvelgear, and even to Yugioh himself.
Yeah.
He didn't really know what was going to say. They didn't have a lot of interaction before that moment where Yugioh was doing what he was doing with the, Ilgil Velgear and going into the dragon and all this other stuff. I think that's similar here. I think he has a little bit more of a plan. I also think the way this could turn in classic anime style is, what is the difference between these two characters right now in their actions? Yugioh is using just generic, regular pilots, right?
Great point.
And Udius is using his friends, right? People that are really close to him. I think that's going to appeal to a lot of the Valgyrians that are looking at, because I could see Udius potentially willing, he won't, but willing to give up and kind of throw it because they're in so much anguish.
Yeah.
And he doesn't, or they convince him not to. And I think that's going to appeal, that this guy has human beings or aliens or people's intentions and their care more. He worries more about that than someone like the Supreme Commander does, who's willing to just have so much sacrifice.
Yeah.
And where's the line of what we do in battle here, right? Is it worth it to win? This is a classic thing in real life. Is it worth it to win if we lose all these soldiers? If there's so much loss on your side, did you really win?
Right.
And I think that's something that can appeal to the Valgyrians and maybe make them side with Udius.
You also, as a Valgyrian, you're watching this and you're saying, wow, there's that many non-Valgyrians that Udius has made such an impact on, that are willing to go out there and risk their lives to battle for him. So, just to add on to your point, I mean, it's a very well said.
Yeah.
Also, the tone of the episode was so well, because the tone when Udius is taking his turn, when Yuga has just shown up and they're both summoning their monsters, and they're all, Chupataro and Neanderstar and Mitsuko are all yelling at Yugioh and are all giving their reasons for fighting Yugioh. The tone in that moment is so happy, it's so positive. The second Yugioh's turn begins and he plays Dark Hole, the last 6 minutes of the episode, the tone changes immediately. And it changes for good. And during that tonal change, we also learned something that I want to focus in on. Due to the Gavel Charger's limitations, the pilots of these monsters feel actual pain when they get destroyed and when their monsters get destroyed. I hope we see some actual like impact that has, where maybe some like Chupataro doesn't want to go out there or not, and we see like an actual like reasoning for that to be said rather than for it to just be like maybe a little like edgy.
Right.
And I say that because it reminds me of Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains. Remember Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains? First, second, third episode, I think it was actually the beginning of the third episode, I said to Playmaker, if you take real damage here, like in the Vrains, it can seriously like F you up in real life. And then like we would see them get thrown into buildings. And they were fine. There was never really any
that's a good one.
link to that.
The Resident Doctor, when I see Blue Maiden hit the floor, man, all I thought of was
well,
like
she did lose her
serious,
data after that.
but seriously, like you're on borderline like ICU for days, like trying to recover from.
Yeah, I mean, if that was the real life, she's probably dead.
It wouldn't have been good.
Yeah.
It would definitely seriously mess up her neck and spine.
I mean, I mean, but she's also like...
And her face.
Like what?
They didn't have to animate her.
No, that was... They didn't need to do her like
she
that.
also should have never lost. Okay?
I mean,
if they animated her just falling to the ground, body
flat,
flat, that still would have been like...
No, there is no way you can't convince me that they didn't enjoy inflicting pain to her.
Yeah, they did.
I think that's
not the only scene.
I think that was a change that Yoshida requested.
I mean, you would know.
And
he's a friend.
He's a very good
friend.
Very good friend.
And you should talk to him.
I'm obviously just kidding. I don't know the reason. I don't know who signed off on.
You're right. He's not a friend of yours.
No. That scene did not have to be
acquaintance.
Did not have to be animated that way. No. That was unfortunate.
That was like.
But that being said, it reminds me of that episode. I think that was 28.
Was it?
No,
really?
I was thinking the Soul Burner one. That's what 50.
Oh, that was early 50s.
4-ish, something like that.
Yeah.
The other one, what's the Spectre one is what 20.
I think it's 28 or 29.
Yeah,
right?
somewhere on there.
The face plant.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Very brutal. That being said, hopefully we see some actual implications from that, and it's not like a Link Vrains thing.
Yeah. You're dead. Welcome back.
Right. Or just even again like a little hesitation to like fly out there, because you're gonna like Chupataro is not gonna be brave and go out there again. Mitsuko and Neanderstar, I could see them, dealing with the pain, but like Chupataro, George Jersey.
I thought one of the coolest things actually in this universe of like that sacrifice motif was Yuga. I mean, like, that was very unexpected.
At the end of
like,
Sevens.
I did not expect him in the end of Sevens to do that. And I'm like, bro, this man's a child, bro. And he's like doing something that's like for the fate of the planet against this psycho who's an adult.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, I really had mad respect for that. Like, that's why, like, it's easy to say because it's a series finale and blah, blah, blah. But, like, that episode is, like, one of, like, my top 3 in Sevens, like, that just hits home for me.
It also starts with the Yuga and Luke moment, right? Where Luke actually loses and then Luke's begging Yuga to stay and then Yuga goes basically to his death. Yeah. No, it's a super, like, especially for Sevens, I don't think people give that episode enough credit for being a more darker, sadder episode. No. Especially for Sevens.
Like the music, everything that goes on there, Luke's goodbye.
It's a very good episode.
That is a great episode.
It's a very good episode. Great transition.
That's what we're going to do.
Great transition because I can't be the only one who feels this duel feels very similar to that duel. Mm-hmm. You have a duel in space, spaceships, Yugioh versus Yugioh, and Yugioh has the deck filled with all of his friends' ace monsters, and most of his friends are on the ship with him, piloting the monsters versus helping pilot the Rush Duel robot. I mean, I have a theory. What do you guys think about it?
What is your theory? Let's just
Come on, let it out. Don't just say it out.
We know what it's probably related to. Let's
just come on, let's go. There you go. Take a sip of water. I've already had enough for
you today.
Take your throat spray. Come on.
You don't even take it properly.
No, he doesn't. All right, Jill, you ready?
Yeah.
Hit me with it.
I think by the end of this duel, Otis will be revealed.
Really? You're still...
Yeah. I feel very good
It's
about
In present time.
In present time.
I
think he might. I'll double down. I think he might be the pilot for Zuijou's final boss.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Like I think it's a good point. Like how many new sounds are on the soundboard? That man asked. We should be able. There's so many slots. We should start being able to add sounds for your bullshit.
Yeah.
Because like and Caliber should be able to click them when we need.
Listen, let me just say this. It is not a coincidence at all, and it's just not, that Zuijouh came out of the Otis relic earlier this arc, and now we're seeing a duel that is so reminiscent
It's similar.
of the It's very similar. It's very similar.
But it's just similar.
It's
not
the same setting in space.
It's just a theme.
Similar.
It's a theme.
But it's
similar.
We've
not
never
the same.
seen a duel like this before, except that Yuga and Otis.
I could say that any Yugioh show I watch, as the show goes on, I go, "Wow, we've never seen anything like this."
No,
before. That's
you
naturally
can't.
how shows.
You absolutely
progress.
can't, because most duels are on the ground, so you can't compare it to another duel because they're
Now
on the
we're
ground.
doing
is so
this versus space?
specific. Are you denying that there's no similarity between these
There's
duels?
absolutely similarity,
Yeah,
but
that's
I
all
think
I'm saying.
there's a large gap between
Yeah,
that
I'm
and
gonna
going.
be-
You know
it's-
what?
it's
right.
Otis
be-
is going to be one of the pilots.
There's
I'm like,
I'm with
if he
Steven.
comes back, it is more like you see him more as subservient to Zuijouh.
No,
He's a pilot?
I think he could be. I think it provided Zuijouh with the knowledge of Rush Duel's
See,
existence.
the reason I disagree with you
the pilot is kind of a meme.
Yeah, that's
theory.
Please. So...
You know what? At least he
Because
admits
you
that. At least he admits
We got to
that.
dig it away.
That's how they could kill him off. He's the final monster that gets destroyed by
Kill him
Yugioh.
off.
You would bring him back to kill him off.
Instantly.
Well, you said you'd be fine with that.
I would be fine with it because I despise him.
You
but
like
in
it.
terms of a writing perspective, that is garbage. Are you kidding?
Like, I think more... So, Yuga and Otis had the battle. I would think you're more likely to see Otis on Damamu's side. It wouldn't make sense, but if you really want to pull your pilot theory, like, Otis showing up for Zuijouh when Yuga's not involved in that duel, I find very interesting.
Yeah, I just...
You know what I mean?
I'm still very...
Like, he's the puppet master controller. You're still on that?
I believe he was the one who told Zuijouh
I hope
that Rush
Me
Duels
too.
run Earth.
I will
Because
say
the only other
yes.
option is it's an unknown person, or
Next season, our
Zuijouh
villain.
is somehow a time traveler. Those are the only other theories.
We don't know.
Unless there's something that I
You're
can't
missing.
think of.
You're missing something.
Well,
And we're all missing.
What's another theory?
Oh, we're all missing.
Well, I said
Well, that's
an
the
unknown. Well, I
idea.
know. I said the first one is an
Yeah, yeah.
unknown entity is
Yeah.
involved.
Yeah.
Or Zuijouh's a time traveler, or
Well,
it's Otis. I think those are the only
You
three
have to
options.
think about it. We also have two characters we have not met yet.
The Phaser brothers. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And they'll be in the.
They
next
have to
season.
come up in season 2, right? You know, it's so you'd assume that that's possible, that maybe we'll find out at the end of this one or
Yeah.
second that they were behind the whole thing.
Yeah, you could. But then
I
how
know
did
you
they-
don't like
But
that.
how did they learn about Rush Duels? There has to be something from a different timeline or the
Right.
future that
Tells-
told Zuijouh.
Yeah, it has to be. Yeah.
I
So
agree.
even
Well,
if the Phaser brothers told them, then the Phaser brothers are
We'll
time travelers.
get
That's fine.
something there. Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
All I will say is if
Possible.
Otis comes back, there's only one line that he's allowed to come back with.
Oh.
No.
It actually is.
The last conversation that him and Yuga had
Yes.
is he said, "You presume to know me." I think it would be more
Oh.
badass that he comes back to Yuga and says,
Say-
"Do you still think you know me?" And then comes
That
back.
is
That's the only
good.
line he's allowed to come back.
That just gave me chills.
That's the only line he's allowed to come
That
back.
just
gave me chills.
Yeah.
That would be one of the coldest lines.
That's the only line he's
in the
allowed
entire
to come back.
franchise.
on.
Yeah.
Once again, Bridge,
That's-
you want to hit me up for red?
I mean, that's fantastic.
If we had a standard applause button on there, I would have hit it.
Why don't we have a
Thank you.
standard applause
Thank you.
button?
We should.
Yeah, we don't want to applause.
I told him to
soundboard.
add it weeks, months,
So we don't want to
years
applause,
ago.
I
maybe.
don't have. I have
Or,
this.
yeah, woo, yeah.
I don't have an applause button.
You don't want an applause button.
That was
You have a
me.
lot of other things on there. You took the time today
Here,
to
I
put
got a
an
good one.
Aaron Rodgers sound effect on that.
I made it clear that my intention was to play, and my intention was to play for the New York
It's
Jets.
not even confirmed. Dude, I hope he retires. I can't wait.
Let's go, parade, baby.
Go Giants.
Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, but again, the similarities here. Is
For
there
sure.
a deep? I mean, what do you think about that?
I mean, there's... Like, I'm not saying that the Otis stuff is not possible.
He even
But
came out of the relic.
I'm not saying that. I'm just...
Yeah,
I
the
said...
relic-
we haven't
we
seen
kinda
it
forgot
since.
about the
This is the one thing I
Because
will
it's
say.
not important.
Oh,
It's
you
important.
can't say no.
Not important.
What?
No, you can't say that.
Wait, did we not see Jack Allen's D-Wheel in the last show?
No, that wasn't a
But
lie.
that's
But that's the
different. That's a
point.
Gallup
But
show.
that's the point.
No,
That's still the point.
That was
No.
paying
They
respect
show
to
you
the
stuff
old
to-
show.
Even if it doesn't,
And that was in a museum.
He also used that to travel and said, "I retained my memories this time." So it's a device that he's used
Using,
many
yeah.
times. That device, whether it will have
That
a
means
tie to
something.
Otis or not, has to mean something.
And it wasn't
Yes.
in the background.
It
It was a
has
focal
That I
point.
agree
Yeah.
with, and the one thing I have said,
on,
the
bro.
missing,
No,
my
bro.
number one question,
Yes.
and I've said this since it happened.
Yes.
I said I need to know more about Yuga Zuijo. What happened there?
Yeah.
Because there's so
Something.
many things in that timeline. I proposed a couple theories of how did they sync up? How did that work? How did they
Yeah.
cross paths? Was it Zuijo's intention? Like, how did he know about rush duels in the first place? Like, there is
There are
a lot of
questions.
questions there
Yeah.
of like why that specific point in time those two ran into each other, where he was able to strong arm him.
I have a.
There's a lot there, which
theory
goes
on
into that
too.
time traveler something theory.
So not necessarily on the exact way that they met, but there's also a good chance that Yuga approached Zuijo first, realized Zuijo was going to use it for evil, and that's why he found Udius.
It's a
Like
possibility.
he realized, I didn't choose the right guy here to
Yeah,
to save the
think
world using
I
rush
said that a
duels.
few episodes ago. Where
I
it was
picked
like,
I picked the
replacing.
evil one. I need to go find the other guy
Yeah.
that was a high-ranking
It's
officer.
a very classic story beat. Shazam is literally
Right?
built off of this, where he picks Black Adam, which was the wrong
Yep.
person to take his power because the wizard is about to die, and so he seeks out Shazam,
Yep.
and that's how that's.
Yep.
Oh, that makes
Yeah.
And
sense.
then the two of them are in an eternal battle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's kind of where my thinking is for that.
Yeah, I think it's 100% valid. I think it's totally possible.
Wrong.
Votes are in on thoughts on the episode. 70% great. I think that's the highest great number we've
Yeah.
ever seen.
Yeah.
24% good. 2 people thought it was okay. 1 person voted bad. If you vo-
3% below.
Yeah,
Good or great.
97% thought it was good or great.
You know what happens
Although
with
if,
1%?
I feel like if you are the one person that voted bad, probably not the show for you. I mean, and I don't mean that to be a dick. I feel like
Wow.
if you felt like the season finale episode was bad, it's probably not your show, and that's fine.
I think the 1% of bad, it's either not your show
Or
or,
a troll.
you put your money where your mouth is. You get in one of the ships for Zuijo or Udius, and you put your money where your mouth is.
I mean, I think if
Yeah.
it was possible, we'd have to.
I think it is.
we'd
I
have
think
to
we
see
could
it.
recreate it.
What ship would you be in?
Oh, I'd be on Zuijo, so.
Come on. Do you really have to ask that?
You know, that's that.
You really have to ask
I'd be
that.
part of you guys' ship.
You would probably.
Actually, I might be on Damamu.
So
shit.
you like losing? Well, it's common Dylan L makes sense.
No, I
Hey, you're Slifer Red with a possible chance to get into Raw Yellow. We talked
barely,
about this. We talked
barely at the school.
We
don't
talked
forget
about
this.
this. We talked about it.
You could rap out your boy.
I'm watching GX. So my point is now valid.
He is taking L's every day
Yeah.
he watches this show. He's
True.
doing it for you.
Yeah.
Okay? What do you reckon of?
Yeah, I'm taking an L for you. I gotta talk to you about that.
And Cal won't even take the L. He won't even
Yeah,
start it.
Cal's smart man.
he's taking the L in Fortnite.
Whoa.
Wow. I'm not touching that one. That's
That was in bounds. He had to
I just
Obsession?
played that when you guys started
Oh.
talking about the duel. Yeah, I was like, here we go.
Here we go.
Holy shit.
Oh
Man, what an episode, dude. We want to take some super chats, some donations.
Yeah, why don't you start us off, bro?
Okay.
Yeah, bro.
A huge thank you to Crystal Colden. Thank you for the $3 donation, Crystal. Since it's pretty much happening now, I have upgraded my membership status to Raw Yellow as promised, and I have my tinfoil hat and theories ready for these next 2 episodes.
Nice.
Go.
Yeah, Crystal, thank you so much. Thank you for the Raw Yellow.
Raw yellow,
Somewhere Dylan may never reach.
Somewhere in the universe, somewhere someone's got it worse. You know that song, thing?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
It's World's Smallest Violin by AJR.
Didn't you say to me last week, dude, that's my favorite band, we should go see them?
I have never
He
said
actually
that.
specifically said the last 30 seconds of that song is better than anything Queen ever made.
He may hit you. That was bad. That was bad. I run. That was bad.
That was good.
That was
Oh shit, that was good.
That was something.
That was a good one. You got it.
Yeah, he got him. He got
You're
him.
really
Oh,
not as smart as
wow.
I thought you were.
Now I'm scared what he'll do to you after the stream.
No, it's
but
fine.
that was good.
Yeah.
Lorena, thank you for the $2 donation. I voted good because I believe episodes 50 and 51 are somehow going to be better. Fair.
Oh, fair.
Yugioh using Dark Hole reminded me of a recent duel I had where I had 3 monsters on the field and my opponent used Dark Hole on turn 2. Basic move by Yugioh, but effective. I thought what was not a basic move, though, Lorena, and thank you for the donation, was how he ended up getting another full board wipe with his monster's effect. 2 board wipes, opening turn.
Yeah, Dark Hole.
Really good turn.
Yeah,
and Yugioh revived his whole field.
Yeah.
After that Dark Hole, didn't matter.
Do you think he's also purposely doing that, not only obviously for an advantage for the duel, but he purposely wants to keep hurting them?
Yeah.
He wants Yugioh to put in that conundrum of like, are you really going to keep hurting your friends to further your point? Is that the kind of person you are?
That always going to be like, see, it's the only way.
Yeah.
Like,
that's kind of what we're talking about. Yeah. That's what he's.
Yugioh's violence serves violence.
That's Yugioh's point of view.
I think episode 50 is going to be a very we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, later. Save that for
a lot of philosophy coming in.
And that's why I'm on the camp. I'm on the ship. I'm supporting it.
You're on Yugioh's ship, fighting for peace.
You know I wouldn't be there. First of all, peace can be achieved just through different means.
Limestone, thank you for the $2 donation. Man, this episode was so good. It was so cool seeing characters pilot their ace monsters. My jaw was open the whole time. It really was, and Limestone, thank you for the donation, one of the most larger-than-life Yu-Gi-Oh! Duels I've ever seen.
Very unique.
It really was like a unique Yu-Gi-Oh! Experience. And I know I talked about it in my opening monologue, but it's something that I really have loved Studio Bridge Yu-Gi-Oh! For. I feel like every time we get an arc finale, there's always a chance that we have a different experience. I mean, literally, that's been the case every single arc so far, where obviously the Rovian Yugioh duel, he had 1 less zone. The Yugioh versus Yugioh duel, we saw the Earth Damar in action, where he kind of like merged with his monster. That was crazy. And then in arc 3, we saw our first ever 2v1 rush duel. No, that's not true.
No.
We saw our first ever, Yugioh returned. I guess that's
I
don't think there was a new. I don't think there was a new element in that duel. But like that, you know what I mean.
Well,
like,
we had someone swap out.
We did. We had someone swap out.
That was something we had seen since Sevens.
Since Sevens, yeah. So it's cool. I mean, every single arc finale, man. It's like it's just you never know what's gonna happen. It's super cool.
You know who's coming back? Yugioh. He's coming back.
Oh, and you know what? Chat is
coming back.
I actually have my computer open here because I'm reading the donations. Arc 3 was our first 2v2. Remember the Luke split into 2?
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yes.
So yeah, every single arc finale duel in Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush, something you could argue we have not seen before in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! Or at least in Rush Duel Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah.
Super
Were you
cool.
happy to see Rovian come back safe and sound?
Rovian did not bother me at all this episode.
Yeah, she actually she said
No,
one
she's
word.
cool.
It was a word.
And she said something that made a lot of sense and was topical. She said, "Ready to go."
Yeah, that
And
was
I
good.
like
That was cool.
Here we go.
Yeah.
When she's saying other stuff, when I have a problem with it.
You guys are haters.
No, I'm not a hater. I'm appreciative of good poetry when it makes sense.
How about this? If you like her somewhat by the end of the show, I'll go as Goha Yuna to Halloween, and you go as Rovian.
Honestly?
I can't do it
Why not?
because I'm going as Neil for Halloween.
Nail?
No. The Star Providence. Neil with the drip, as I call him.
Yeah, but you
Honestly,
have
hard.
literally zero drip.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm dressing up.
The
Honestly,
one night
you
of
know
the
what?
year.
Yeah.
The one night of the year. Nixie, what are you going as?
Uh,
Go as Ouija.
I actually know my costume
Ouija?
already.
Yeah.
I'm actually so hyped for Halloween. I got my Halloween.
I still have to figure out what I'm gonna do. What I'm going.
Oh, I know what I'm gonna be.
What?
Oh yeah.
What
He's
are
gonna
you
be Nate
gonna be?
Hill.
What am I gonna be?
Nate Hill.
No. Oh, that's right. We already picked Caliber's costume. Plant Man.
The Plant Man.
Oh, yeah,
Plant Man.
Oh, that's right.
Not wait.
Wasn't he? Oh.
Lorena, thank you for the $2
gotta get more
donation.
jacked.
Justice for Mitsuko. I'm not sure who I want to win this duel. On one hand, Udius needs to win, but I wouldn't mind if Yugioh won. Calling Udius out on how he's going to do this peacefully makes sense, made total sense. I hope Udius has a proper answer. Well, he's certainly going to try to convey that answer through this duel. Whether that resonates with the people of Velgears remains to be seen. He's probably got to win the duel in order for that to be the case. But yeah, I mean, I feel for the stories, Yugioh winning would be crazy. And I think it would be great.
It'd be great.
Yeah.
Does anyone give him an actual chance to win? Honestly.
Slim to none.
None.
Until you prove otherwise.
No,
So-
I'm in the same boat. I don't know.
Has an antagonist ever won an arc finale duel? Ever?
A villain
A
has
villain.
never.
Yeah, I'm
won.
sorry. Because Luke did.
Yes, Luke
So
did,
has a
and
villain ever won an arc finale? Ever?
an evilish villain.
Ever?
Has a season ever ended on a
Sad
draw
note.
no result and somebody's been extended into the next one?
No.
It sounds like it.
What about?
I don't think so.
I'm just curious because like I
No,
don't see it.
I
I
don't
don't see
think
it
so.
making sense here at all, and I don't see it happening.
I don't think
But like
so.
in your case, where you say, "Oh, like Otis could be introduced," what if Otis is introduced and just disrupts the whole dang thing
Could.
to the point where they can't continue it?
Yeah.
Right? Like I
Like
don't.
Zuijo's about to lose, and he takes him
Yeah,
out
he
of
takes
there.
him away.
Peace.
He's like, we know we can use this. It
Goes
can
up a
work.
deuce.
You're
and
out.
says, "You think you know me?"
Yeah.
Oh,
Edge
this
just
is
know
big.
me.
music.
Edge's music hits.
Chucks up the deuces. He's like,
They
"You
gotta
know me?"
purchase that to put it in the
That'd be
show.
good. Yeah. I think-
Oh my God, the
spear!
Edge with the spear.
He can't spear a child.
I don't
Holy
think it's going to
shit.
happen, but I was just curious because I feel like there's it's like the most outside chance of anything happening, but there's always that outside chance that something
I mean,
may just
it is.
completely disrupt what's going on.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't think they would do it on the
This
season
guy over
end,
here
but-
just had a short about duels being interrupted and not properly finishing.
Yeah,
I mean, you had that. It's
and
possible.
we all know.
Did I? Bloodship?
Yeah, we,
Oh, I
and
know,
we
but
all
yeah.
know that Blood Shepherd
No,
would
no,
not
no,
have
no,
beat
no.
Soul
No,
Burner.
I remember.
I watched it too. Don't worry, I'm here. Soul
You-
Burner would have won.
You know,
Finish it.
I was gonna say, you know my channel pretty well. You must be a big fan.
I say so.
Thanks, man.
I say I also have unrestricted access to it, so I can do whatever I want.
That's true. You do know my password.
I mean, who knows what I can post on there?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I might post a Nick T cover song before he's even released it.
Wow.
Leak Nixie's album on.
I
you,
might do it.
everything.
I
I
might
might
fuck
do-
around and do it.
I will let you do that.
We do it for planned publicity.
Hey,
Honestly,
Well, but now
And the
we
best
should
part
be
is
telling
he
you.
would still release it like normal because he would have no idea because he doesn't watch your channel.
that's also true.
That's the best part.
That's the best.
That's the only reason I want to do it.
Mitzi, when's the last time you watched one of my videos?
Honestly.
Honestly,
Honestly,
The,
be
the,
honest.
the mom's video.
You never need to. I never put pressure on
no,
anyone.
I don't know.
No,
Oh,
I-
actually, no. I actually don't. It's somewhat recently, actually.
Yeah, you watch my channel a bit.
Like
Let's see,
once
scroll down.
every 2 or 3 weeks.
Scroll
Yeah.
down. Let's see.
No, I thought you were gonna say
See if any of
months.
these watched.
Let's see.
I watch all the
watched-
shorts,
Thank you. I
and then I
appreciate
watch. Every time a Brains
no,
video
no,
comes
that. No,
up,
I appreciate you guys
I watch
gassing
it.
me up. Thank you. It's
There
cool.
you go. 1 month ago.
Oh,
2
that's
videos
good.
you
Oh
watched.
yeah, the Transcend Drakes.
You watched
yeah.
2 videos.
Yeah.
1
Thank
month
you,
ago.
man.
And the top 10. Yeah, so a month ago.
Thank you, dude.
I don't know if it's
appreciate
about
that.
gassing you up. I think it's one of those situations where you've monopolized the market. So like I don't really have a lot of places to go for the news. So I have to, by extension, watch your channel. But like,
fair.
if there was people out there, or literally begging anyone to start any kind of news channel out there, I would definitely watch that instead.
Well, you mean in reference to Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rough?
Yeah, for sure.
Well, me and Peter start Yu-Gi-Oh! Nothing soon.
I've been waiting
We're
for that
out
for a
here.
while. I've been waiting for that for a while. I
It's
don't,
all up to Dredge.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
I'm just gonna invite Pete over. You're gonna turn on a stream one day. And you're gonna see Dredger's live, and Dredger's live is gonna say Yu-Gi-Oh! Nothing. What would you react to?
It's
that?
gonna say
I'd be very happy.
780 people watching, and you'll be like, wow.
Nick T, I would have died if you said the last video you watched was the Air Neos one. This for months.
For a while, that was the last one I'd watched.
That was like a year ago. Limestone, thank you for the $3 donation. Since Dredger is watching GX, what are his current thoughts? And did he share his thoughts on the monkey? Dredger, your
How do you
thoughts?
feel about the monkey?
Quick thoughts, Dredge. Limestone, thank you.
Okay, so I think the problem is I'm also watching this show, like, how many years now since GX came out? 2004?
Yes.
I'm watching it 18 years later.
Yeah.
So I'm taking that into account right away. So, it's alright. I think there's this constant theme, like, Judai saving the day every single time is it was
That
repetitive.
changes, that
It was
changes.
repetitive the third time. Yeah, I know. The
He
monkeys
duels the most of any protagonist.
Yeah.
the monkey was very just
The monkey comes back, so I hope you paid
that
attention.
like you as a big fan of Planet of the Apes series, like that really hit home for you.
It did. I love Planet of the Apes. I think it's great to understand our history and to see how we got where
get
we
it.
are. So it's
I get
important. Also, I did call something early that Dylan tried to throw me off on, which was pretty funny. But no, it's honestly, like, I would rank it the lowest Yu-Gi-Oh! Show that I've watched. However, I don't hate it. and I will be honest.
And you're also
about
not
that.
done with it.
I'm not done with it. I'm only 40-something episodes in.
I mean, I don't hate it. I don't hate any of it.
Yeah, no, I don't hate it. It's because I like Yu-Gi-Oh. I do like.
I don't hate Arc.
I like the duels. But overall, it's all right. It's there's times where I've fallen asleep watching it. I won't lie. That is a fact. Like I'll have it on, and I start dozing, and I'm just like, okay, I gotta pause it because I can't.
Yeah, you don't want to fall asleep.
Yeah, it's not terrible.
It's just
It's a lot to get
when Judai is like the
Oh,
only
the
character
tennis
I
guy.
care about. It's not that.
That changes around the
Say-
low hundreds.
The
You'll
tennis.
care about some
Okay,
other
so
characters.
real quick, last thing on GX, then we get the next dono. The tennis guy actually did not remind me of Calibro.
Wow.
Damn it.
Who'd remind you of?
Sorry, no one. It's just some douchey, tennis.
Are you out of your damn mind?
It reminded me of someone who literally would have like a tennis membership at like a country club.
Yeah.
And that's not Cal.
No,
He's
that's
not
not
that.
Cal.
He's not
He's not
that
that kind of
rich.
guy.
We know
Yeah.
someone like that.
He doesn't have
We do know
to-
something like that.
Yeah.
Or, Lorena, thank you for the $2 donation.
Did you say there are characters we don't care about? And like there aren't many characters we care about in GX.
Right.
Because I care about Show. I've been praying for his demise the entire show.
Oh
not
my
caring
gosh.
about that is
No, like
actively rooting
I'm
against
actively
him.
focused on him for sure.
Lorena, thank you for the $2
Show is
donation.
something. My
After
gosh.
episode 51, I hope Yugioh is around more often. He's just so entertaining
Yeah.
whenever he does anything.
Yeah, it's-
I'd like to see him part of the main cast after Udius wins this duel. That's a good statement there, Lorena. I feel like not everyone here will agree with that statement. I know you guys don't really like your
What?
villains kind of redeemed. That being said, I don't believe he'll be around all that much. Now, I do want to say this. I think Yugioh was exactly the type of character that Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's needed. A long-term, legitimate threat that captivates the screen every single time he's on it. We got sprinkles of that in 7's. Roa in that first arc a little bit. Yuo was a little more. Gohai Yuga. None of those characters were a threat for more than 10 episodes. None of them. But Yugioh has been a threat really this entire first arc. We talked about how 7's had kind of some weak villains. I think that was probably the weakest point of the show. I think 7's probably had the worst villains of all of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Shows.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, what I watched.
And Yugioh has played the role magnificently.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And he's borderline villain and rival to Udius very well. When in 7's we didn't even really have a clear rival. So you don't have a villain that lasts a long time. You don't really have a rival character either. Was it Roa? Was it Luke? But wasn't Luke the best friend character too? So they just had kind of a different theme on that. Yugioh feels more like a Studio Gallop-esque rival. And Studio Gallop, almost every show, their rivals were fantastically done.
Yeah.
Some of the most popular characters, Kaiba, Jack, Kaito, Revolver, Akaba Reiji. It just goes on and on and on. He reminds me a lot of Revolver in that sense. That being said about Yugioh, could sing his praises for a while. Where do you guys want to see him go after this?
You know my answer for that.
You want to see him stay the villain?
I want to see him stay around, and I want him to at least. Like I'll be honest, right? Like I don't view him as an outright villain, right?
I don't either. I don't
think there's anything that he has done up to this point where I'm like, God, he is a horrible person.
Yeah, I don't view him that way either.
Right? Like
Yeah.
it's not, we're not looking at Marek or something.
Right.
Like
He's
that, right?
not like actively killing.
Well, America's a nice guy. What do you mean? He's just taking over.
America's great.
My thing is, I said this with
He's
7's,
for war,
and
but
I think it's a simple but effective point. Stories like this in general, any story, there has to be some sort of conflict, and I think you made a short out of this, but like when you constantly redeem a villain or antagonist, it's just not interesting. I'm sorry, it's not. It's just because what it does is it undercuts our heroes, right? Yeah. They never achieve any semblance of really overcoming anything, right? Because then they basically just become friends with the person afterwards, which means like, was that person that they were going against intentions that bad?
Yeah.
No, they weren't, right? Even in and that bad, I mean in the sense that like this doesn't have to be world-ending, horrible person. Just like your views are different than mine. It feels like it's like, oh, we had a disagreement, and then as soon as you beat me at something, I go, dude, you were right the whole time. You know, like that is lame. It just is. And it could work a couple times, but when you do it constantly,
then it's like, all right.
It just a story is, especially in a setup like this, where there's always dueling, there's always some sort of conflict of competition. it is not interesting and does not progress your characters, in my opinion, enough when your heroes are not pushed. That's what evolves those characters.
Yeah.
And when I look at something like Sevens, and I look at those characters, Yugioh, Luke, all of them, when was the most time that they evolved as characters? When they interacted with each other.
Yeah.
When they dueled each other. Like, that's where they grew as people and as duelists, and that built out the world. There's never a moment I look at, as much as I love Yugioh and stuff like that, where I go, man, that really flipped the show on its head, or that is where this character did blah, 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 and took off. It's never the case.
No.
And that's what Yugioh, I think, has been done, even if he ends here, which I hope he doesn't. He has not only served as the antagonist, but he hasn't been overused.
Yeah.
Right? He's been in the background. He played a little comedy role there with the bread shop, but the entire time, that was for a purpose.
Up to something.
He's been always weaving this story along, and that is going to push it. We've seen what it's done with Yugioh already. It's only going to push him to greater heights as well. And those are the stories that I like. When our villain, when our antagonist serves everybody else and inspires everyone, even by forcing them to get better and to understand more and become better people, better duelists. That's what I hope for Yugioh.
And he's done that. Beat you, he beat Uemu.
Yeah.
Given Udius all he can handle.
Can I piggyback off
absolutely,
that really quick?
absolutely.
So, in just the way I think, Pete, not only that you want him to be, or the way at least I feel that would make the most sense, is very similar to Revolver. If he's the rival, if he's not the villain, he's the rival, right? Because when they were trying to stop Revolver and the Knights of Hanoi, we thought that was the end game, biggest threat, right? They were going to blow everything. Gone.
EMP,
boom, done. EMP. See you later. And if you think about it, in terms of Yugioh, he wants to basically take over everybody by using force through rush duels.
Right.
So it's kind of a similar, obviously not the same,
totally get where
similar
you come
parallel.
from.
And then he may have to join us to stop a bigger threat, but never really because he wants to be on our side, but because he knows that threat needs to be taken out.
And I think to that point, exactly, you're right. Like, sometimes villains in these cases or antagonists, they serve the best part of the story when I can understand them, right? Like, we all love our psychopaths. We love that stuff. But when a villain is not sympathetic in this case, but I get it, and it makes me stop and think, and I go, I mean, he could be right. Like, maybe if I don't fully agree with him, I see where he's coming from, right? I felt that way very much with Revolver, right? Which, I mean, honestly, ultimately, he ended up being right?
Yeah,
like,
he was.
Yeah.
Even though his methods were a little ostentatious and,
that's
stuff
a
like
great
that.
word.
Like, thank you.
Wow,
But, like,
well done.
they were. But in the end, he was right. And he wasn't right just because the show said he has to be right. We're making him right. Like, they showed you through everything that happened, even the mistakes that our hero, in that case, Yusaku, made. He was right.
Yeah.
He saw the way it was going to go. Even his dad saw the way that was going to go. And that's the greatest connection. I think that's a great point by you, Cal, because I get it. And that's where I can squeeze Yugioh as, like, you're very extreme, but at the same time, we don't know all the facts of what the hell is going on here. We don't even know the other side of what the hell's going on. What if
We don't know why they're fighting.
What if
We
they're
barely
way
know
more
what's going
extreme? What if that other side is horrible?
Yeah.
And, like, Yugioh is seen so much as the Supreme Commander, and he goes, there's no negotiating with those people. This is the only way to save lives.
Yeah.
We don't know the whole story.
We don't. And hopefully it's a story we do learn more about soon. But yeah, no, great points there. And Lorena, thank you so much for the donation. Aura, thank you for the $2 donation. Keep in mind, Yuga still has all of his friends' aces because he took them when he disappeared. I hope he uses Yami Ruler, Dragius, and Prima Gatarna.
I would lose.
It would be
shot,
crazy.
dude.
I'll be honest.
They come off the ship with him.
I completely forgot
They're
that
piloting his...
that Yuga took those cards. Yeah, I mean he should have them. I didn't even think about that. That's theoretical.
He could max them.
Yeah,
They could maximum.
that'd be crazy.
He could maximum
They were
summon.
blown off in the
He could maximum summon if he still has those cards. Yeah,
Imagine the finale's a maximum summon by Yuga.
yeah. I'm of the belief. I don't know if we'll ever get maximums in this
I don't
show.
think
It's
so.
starting to feel
I
to
don't
me
think
like
so.
we won't. But
Especially
that'd
if it's
be
only a
crazy.
2-season anime. You know what I mean? Like, it's not
It would be funny if they kind of tease a maximum, like they don't actually use it, but like one of
That's
the three
crazy.
is in his hand or
that
something
would be
like
super cool if he summons those aces. And they're piloted by the variants.
Yeah.
So like Rovian pilots Prima Guitarna.
Oh no, it's piloted by the real.
Well, no,
This guy took an apple.
I feel like that would undermine the.
Sorry, my bad. I got into Dylan's head for a second.
Yeah, that was even a little crazy for my head. But
All right.
You see how they reacted to that?
crazy. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. What was I gonna say? One of you guys brought it up, but we are 9 months away from Jump Festa, so we are.
I'm sorry. When did we bring that up?
Someone said it for sure.
Yeah, someone said this being a 2-year show.
Here we go.
I did say it's a 2 years.
Yeah, it was
show,
you. It was
yes.
you.
But that doesn't mean you have to bring up Jump Fest.
Well, no, I'm just letting people know that in 9 months, Yu-Gi-Oh! 9 is gonna get announced.
That's you.
It's also fitting because think about it: 9 months until
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh! 9.
Wow.
And 9-9.
9-9.
You ever wonder why we do this?
There's,
He was born on
there's
9/9.
several moments where I think about dying instead of coming.
Yeah.
Or like Brooklyn 9-9.
Brooklyn
9-9.
Woo, it's good. Solid Snack, thank you for the $2 donation. What a way to have a season finale duel. Still kind of hoping Yugioh gets the dub since he already lost to Udius earlier. Hope we can talk soon, Dill. Yeah, we will definitely try to talk soon, my man. And yeah, I hope Yugioh wins. I think most people want Yugioh to win. I think most people feel he doesn't really have a shot, but we'll see.
His odds in Vegas aren't looking good.
Not great.
Put it this way, odds Udius is like 5,000 minus 5,000, meaning like you have to bet 5,000 to win $100.
Yeah.
So Yugioh's like plus.
Yugioh's like
3,000.
plus probably 5,000.
It'll look
Yeah,
good.
Plus
5,000.
3,500.
That's what they would do so that they
Yeah.
edge it out. Yeah. So $100 on him would win you $3,600.
So he's 360 to 1.
Technically, yeah, 360 to 1. Yeah. Plus.
I'd take that.
You'd lose.
Well, for $10.
For $10?
Well, that's like weren't we looking at? So Pete, you weren't here for that. We were looking up playoff matchups for the Super Bowl of next year. Okay. Jets Giants, a $10 bet pays $1,500.
Here we go.
I made it clear that my intention was to play, and my intention was to play for the New York Jets.
Again,
I just wanted to listen to my quarterback.
I feel so bad for New York sports.
Oh,
Rangers are not good.
No, Mets are
Rangers,
good.
sure. Well, Mets will choke, but like,
Well, you're a negative Mets fan, so of course.
I mean,
I'm a neutral Mets fan.
I said if they played the Padres, they were going to lose, and that's what happened.
I mean, I won't.
And this
disagree
guy
with
can't get past the Astros, so we're all in the same boat.
Talking to me?
Yeah,
Yeah, but you took away the person that tormented us the most.
I still ain't gonna help.
Justin
them.
Verlander.
They're in your head.
You're right. They're in my head.
Doesn't matter.
In my head.
Okay.
I can't wait to watch the Jets spend $60 million to finish in third.
No, we'll finish at the top 2.
Is that all the...
You think we'll finish in 3rd?
Mhm.
Behind who?
The Bills and the Dolphins.
See?
Tua turned the ball over. He's going to have a fully healthy year.
No, it's actually
No,
good.
Mike White's going to take over.
Mike White's not good. He's garbage. I watched him for years.
Mike White.
Mike White.
I don't know.
Mike
Come on, that was a
Mike
memorable
White.
day. The Mike White game against the Bengals.
To be honest, I
Mike
don't
White or
remember it.
Yo, that's
That
messed
is
up.
disrespectful.
That's messed up. That's
We
disrespectful.
cheered.
You're not a real fan. You're not
That
a
was
real
one of the
fan.
Yeah.
great comebacks in Jets history.
That was an
No.
amazing football game.
I'm a very real fan. No, it was a great memory, but he went to the one team that I cannot root out for him. So I'm happy he got paid, but I don't wish him well.
You just want him to never see the field.
I can't. He went to the one
I've been
team.
saying
I
that for
couldn't.
years.
Yeah.
It's actually not the one team. If it was the Bills, it'd be worse.
No.
I can't wait
No, he has a
until
chance to
you come
play in
crying to
Miami.
me halfway through the season and go, yeah, Rodgers, he's off the reservation talking about some, political thing, and
Let's talk about Iuska.
we're 6-7. I can't wait. I can't wait to watch it.
We're 6-7. I'm fine with that. That's 4 games.
That is such a
I'm fine with it.
Team.
I'm just excited for primetime Jets football. Haven't we all missed that? We haven't had a Sunday night football game since
for
2012.
good reason
We
because
haven't
you
had one in
guys
10
suck.
years. I know, but now we're gonna have some
Is
primetime.
the
football
Jets
games.
Giants game going to be a primetime game?
Hopefully not. They don't
It
know.
should be.
They don't
It
know.
could
Are we
be.
going?
That should. We should.
We should totally go.
That'd
to
be.
I might reserve the ticket for it.
I'm not going to
I
that.
might.
You're such a coward. You're such a coward.
Yeah, a minute ago he's all hyped. Now he's just go Jets Giants.
Hey, if I can get the 2 tickets,
Yeah, I'll go.
we can go.
I'll go.
Wow.
And then
I
they
just
can
wanna
buy
get-
tickets.
Yeah,
in our-
we'll go together. We don't
and
do
then
that.
you can buy tickets in our section like we did the last time.
Yeah, but this
I'll
guy
go
will be
with you,
sitting in
bro.
the first row for $800.
Oh, yeah,
so
No,
we
no,
can't
we're
afford
gonna
that.
be. I have the upper deck seats. The 2.
What is this?
He's looking at.
I'm getting the summaries ready if you guys want to read some
yeah.
super chats.
Nick T, you want to do it or
Oh
want me?
yeah, I got you, bro.
You sure?
Nicholas.
We are going to read some more super chat donations. Thank you guys so much as well for all the donations. It's greatly appreciated. It helps the channel and myself out very much. And then we are going to go over these summaries for 50 and 51. So stay tuned for that.
All right, we have $11.11 from Sean Gilbride.
Sean.
This episode gets a 9 out of 10 from me.
Ooh.
I'm sure the next two will be even better. Unrelated, but I got first place in my Special Olympics state basketball competition last weekend.
Oh,
Congratulations.
Let's go, Sean.
Let's get it.
Ballin'.
That's awesome. That's so
incredible,
cool.
dude.
Sean, thank you for the
Three's
1111.
up in your hoodie.
Massive props. Massive congratulations to you, dude. Yeah, I'd give the episode probably in that 9 out of 10 range as
Yeah.
well. Super
Yeah, absolutely.
fun
I'm an
episode.
8-3.
8-3 is fair. I think the next
One
two
bite.
are going to be super
Everyone
good.
knows rules.
Super
See,
good.
even you saying that reminded me of the board game we played this weekend, where I'm still pissed off.
Oh my God.
Pete, we talk about it's
Wits and
Price is
Wagers.
Right rules. You
Hey,
go
wait,
under.
dude. I guessed 13% and it's 12.25. Like,
Pete, you always go under.
It was ridiculous. It was-
I
got
robbed.
robbed.
That
I got
game's tough.
You did get robbed.
like 4 different times.
You did get
I had it happen to me like once where it was literally just one number below and then another were like close.
I just
But him
out-gambled
like it was
everybody.
like 3 in a row where it was like Pete was like 66 and it was like 64. Or then it was
Yeah,
like the one,
that's
I
tough.
think he had like 13. It was like 12.9%.
It is
Yeah.
Price is Right rules, unfortunately.
Yes, it
Yeah,
is.
you
Nice.
missed.
Thank
by,
you for the person that wasn't there to tell me that.
You
I
missed
played it.
You missed by 0.1 on one of the answers, and that was when I thought Pete was just done. I thought he was gonna quit.
Some bullshit.
I just won because I'm a good gambler, right, Dill?
Yes.
Thank you.
That's why he gambles.
That's why I'm not on the Price is Right.
Okay.
You know
Wrong.
You know what would be
Aaron
great if
Paul.
all of us were on the Price is Right?
I see
Yeah,
that.
it would be. Or
Gotta say,
Family
We'd
Feud.
mess. Oh wait.
I did family.
We need to
Feud.
go. Wait.
Can we get on?
We need to pitch this idea. Go against another podcast team. That
We have 5.
would actually be great.
I'll
you
get
know it.
one of the Yu-Gi-Oh TCG pod.
Yo, actually,
I don't know if there is a Yu-Gi-Oh
Yes.
TCG.
and they're like what's the word, like anime cartoon theme questions.
Yeah.
That could be good.
That would be.
Hey, and everybody needs like a bad person on their team, and I'm here to fill that role.
Oh, God.
What do you?
Well, we knew Pete was
like a
Pete,
baddie?
Pete was clearly the leader,
Well,
like the
a
smartest.
baddie
Then
and also,
like,
me and
doesn't know
Dill,
a lot.
Nick,
Probably,
Nick's got those random questions, and Cal just is the funny guy.
Yeah.
Cal's gonna
funny
have fun
guy.
with Steve
I
Harvey.
think
the
we
whole
all
time.
Yeah.
have our own strengths.
Oh yeah.
I think we'll fit in.
Yeah, I agree. With
Also, Aura mentioned something about March Madness brackets. We should do that Yu-Gi-Oh style. Should make a March
For
Madness
what?
bracket.
What do you mean by that?
that. How?
Characters bring it in if they duel each other from 7s and go rush.
Oh.
I think that'd be a lot of fun.
That would be a lot of fun.
Do that for next week.
That would be interesting.
That's a lot of fun.
Okay, we'll think
It'd
of
be
that.
interesting.
Yeah.
We got a whiteboard for a reason.
We
Oh,
do
yeah.
have a whiteboard.
We can
All
have
right,
the
we'll-
coin
we'll-
make the decisions
You
too.
mean
And the
actual-
coin makes
Go
the
chefs
decisions.
Isn't important on the whiteboard.
What?
You mean go chefs isn't important to have on the
The chefs
whiteboard?
are
Can you
playing?
read, Nick T? Actually, I was gonna ask
Yeah, yeah.
you. Can you read some of the other things that are up there?
The trial of Nick Caliber.
Wait,
That,
What?
that one, I'm fascinated to watch that next week.
Yeah.
Go
Look up the
Jets.
one right below it.
I made it clear that my intention was to play, and my
I
intention
do
was
it
to play
for
the
you.
Jets.
Is that-
And
tell
The
me
re-
that would be
and the
it.
rest,
I
you
appreciate
know.
that.
Well, deep in the cave, that's fine. Something there's two things there.
That
can't
might
read.
break TOS.
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
might break TOS.
Well, JETS, Jets. That's
Which
great.
ones?
Go Jets.
There's nothing up. Oh.
Yeah.
There's one thing that would break TOS up there.
There's two.
Definitely. There's definitely probably a couple of things.
Because the way you would say the bottom one would.
Bottom right?
Yeah, the
That's
way
your
you say it.
stomach, isn't it? What part of the body is
See,
that?
there's something I could say right there. But
That's
I'm
not
Yeah,
the stuff.
no,
we're,
don't
we're
do
a
it.
PC podcast.
PC podcast.
And we're not going to do that. We're rated G. I'm not going to say
I
that.
would say we're PG-13.
I'd say PG.
we're
Honestly-
definitely not PG.
No.
Yeah, but we're not R. So
We're definitely PC.
Pretty cool.
I'm taking a walk. I gotta walk down.
I am a Sith Lord. If you want to switch roles and be my apprentice from now on, you can. We have one mission.
I wasn't even going to say first. He was.
Hey, he's got to go.
That's for to blow my nose.
We have $5 from Ice Aiden.
Thank you, Ice Aiden. Thank you, man.
Last week for my staycation, glad I'm able to spend it with the Yugi Bros. It was a fun episode. It was a unique way of dueling. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's been kind of the theme, right, Ice? I mean, they continue to do ways to show off these duels in a unique new way to us, and I absolutely love it. Ice Aiden, hope your staycation is going well. We all need a vacation and a staycation from time to time.
Oh, yeah.
Ice Aiden, thank you so much, and I hope you have a great night, my man. Talk soon. Awesome
Hell
dude.
yeah.
Awesome dude.
Yeah. Ooh, I like there's a little grit there.
Awesome.
We have $5 from Max.
Thank you, Max.
What's up,
Max.
Hope you're well, my man. Excited for the Fire DP reveal. My cope is burning skull support. P.S. Did you see them in my posted in Discord? LOL.
I don't think I did, Max. Unless was it the Marek time meme? Was that you? I don't know if you have a different name in the Discord. That's a meme that I saw today. I'm not sure if you have a different name in the Discord. You can look out in chat if you do. That being said, yeah, I think the DP Fire reveals are going to be super cool. I believe Battle and Boxer, Volcanics are very safe bets. There's another one as well that I just Volcanics, Battle and Boxer, and what's the other one that's like? Damn, I'm just completely blanking out on that.
These?
No, Salomon Greats. Yeah, thank you, Colin.
That makes sense. Fires.
Yeah, and it's cards that have been used in the anime archetypes. So Burning Skull would definitely be one of those. Like, I think, could we see Flame Swordsman get like an expanded support? They love dual monsters, so maybe.
Go back to the well.
But I think those are the three that are probably the safest. But hey, Max, if it happens, I'll be super happy for you, man.
Max said what the meme was, by the way.
Me as Battle Beast.
Oh my lord.
You were supposed to cosplay.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah.
Oh my god, that's horrifying.
It's horrifying.
You still owe us that cosplay. Don't forget. You said it. You said it. You said it 100K.
What?
You owe us the Battle Beast cosplay. You
At
said,
600K.
No, you said 100K.
No, I think 100K was the giant rat.
No, it was Battle Beast.
But we haven't gotten confirmation on that because there was something at 125 as well.
No, there was never anything at 125. There was something at 75 and something at 100.
75 was Bandit Keith.
It was
Which we
not
did.
Bandit Keith.
No,
Yeah, I
75
got a
commission.
commission.
I think it was Giant Rat and then
No,
Battle
it was Bandit
Beast.
Keith because I paid Christina.
Yeah,
and Nina
75
for
I
it.
think you just
definitely
want. I
Bandit
just
Keith.
think you just
No,
wanted that costume.
no.
Either
75 was
way,
definitely
Battle
Bandit
Beast
Keith.
was 100.
I don't know.
I think
We gotta
Battle
find
Beast-
the video where that
I think
was.
Battle
And there was
Beast
nothing that was
was on
600.
I think
I don't know,
Battle Beast was
600
the
game.
official
can
one,
get
and
to
you tried to
600, we're
change
still
it to the
around.
giant rat.
Then we can quit our job.
We'll look into the logistics of it and we'll get back to you on that.
Somebody out there will find
Well,
it.
we should just have the chat vote on which one
They will
rather
find
see.
it.
No, we got to figure it out. We'll figure.
We'll get together and
Yeah,
figure it
we're
out.
gonna come together after
We
this.
gotta
and
figure this out.
it
Giant Rat was reaching partner on Twitch. That's what it was.
Oh right. It was a
I think they got you.
Yeah, it was a giant rat VTuber
I think
thing.
they got
I think
you.
Battle Beast was 125 though.
No,
No.
it was
No,
not.
you would've had some-
You
So
purposely
arbitrary,
adjusted
dude.
it when you got nervous and saw you approaching 100.
No.
You then made it 125.
No, I think 100 was the Sonic Adventure 2.
No, that was a
100%
Twitch
stream.
thing.
That was way
Twitch.
later.
That was Twitch.
No. And also, that originally was the original thing for Twitch partner. Then you change it because you realized you were never going to get that.
I don't know. I'm gonna go back
And you were
look.
trying to get out of the Battle Beast cosplay.
I'm gonna go back and look and see if I can find the
Which
data
one is
on
Battle
that.
Beast from?
Battle Beast
Five?
is from Arc 5.
If you can't find it, it defaults to Battle Beast being the
That's
100K.
true.
Honestly, it is already defaulted to the Battle
I think
Beast
it was
at this point.
125 though. So I'm gonna look into it.
What's 100 then?
100 I think was just kind of a fun celebration of a.
Yeah, that's
and I got him.
Yeah.
I just had to do that. Tell
Ladies-
me what 100 is then.
Ladies and gentlemen,
We got him.
There was nothing for 100. It was just kind of a,
So your biggest milestone of your entire YouTube career, there's nothing but I'm gonna celebrate.
yeah, we're just celebrating.
You're on. There's the copium. There you go.
gonna celebrate. It's not even gonna be a thing, huh?
Are you
No,
making
I
fun of
see.
my vocal problems?
Yep.
No, well, he sounds like Mickey. What do
He
you?
sounds like Mickey. Or do you sound like Mickey Dill?
Oh, Mickey is.
No, because of the way he was doing that, he was like, "Well, yeah, it's gonna be a celebration."
Is that? Are you imitating that because you sometimes hear mice in the walls?
Oh, oh.
Oh.
Jesus.
Sometimes,
Are there mice in the walls?
not these walls.
I'm in your walls.
All right.
We have $10 from Con.
Yeah. Why think I walked away? I needed a minute, man. It's something.
Last arc. Quote, damn, that was some peak Yu-Gi-Oh! They just did there. How do they top that? Season finale and giant spaceship dual discs. Allow us to introduce ourselves. God, I love this franchise.
Yeah, honestly, it's just been a fantastic experience
We're
with
eating.
this franchise because we continue to get new stuff and new. and new ways to experience these. Do you do that every week?
It's annoying when
you
someone interrupts
mind-
you with sounds, isn't it?
It's very annoying.
really
Yeah, it's
annoying.
crazy. I wonder how that feels.
I don't. Well, I know how it feels. I experience it every week. But yeah, so it is a really cool experience, and it makes me wonder here, Colin. What is next? Like, what's going to be the duel that ends this show? You know what I mean? What's going to be the duel that says, all right, Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush is done. Hey, next week, Yu-Gi-Oh! 9 starts. I don't know what that's going to be. I don't know what Yu-Gi-Oh! 9 is going to be about. Dredge, any predictions on Yu-Gi-Oh! 9?
Lasers.
What do Yu-Gi-Oh! 9 be about?
Lasers.
Lasers?
Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh! 9?
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! 9.
So Yu-Gi-Oh!
Wait,
9...
you're gonna be around for Yu-Gi-Oh! 9?
I'm dead.
It's gonna be. It's gonna be.
No, all right, that was me trolling.
It's gonna be an
Come on,
underwater
Come on,
show.
yeah, okay. I feel
Everything's
bad. I'm
underwater.
sorry. I'm sorry.
And it's gonna be really gloomy and dark.
In all seriousness, Colin, I don't know where we go from here, but it's going to be something very, very grandiose, and I'm very excited for it. Maybe planets will be dueling.
Like what?
Someone's dueling from like the moon, and someone's dueling from like the Earth.
So like a telehealth visit, like for your doctor.
I'm gonna.
You get a what?
Yeah, what are you gonna
How do you like that? You idiot!
I gotta go.
All right, John. I apologize.
yeah.
This is just getting
Me too. I
crazy.
apologize. Too.
Thank you, Colin. We have $8.88 from Crystal.
Thank you, Crystal.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Politics. My favorite kind of politics, honestly.
Well, there's
The only kind of politics.
Star Wars politics.
Oh,
Star
those are
Wars
good
politics.
It's the same.
I am
They're
the
the same.
Senate. Yeah. Now, I do want to get your thoughts on the politics here in the States. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh my god.
All right, yeah.
No,
Okay,
no,
all right,
no,
okay.
no,
Shut it off. Shut it off.
No. We don't.
So honestly, I think
No.
Is there a know your role and shut your mouth on there?
So shut up, bitch.
Yeah, thank you.
there
Do
it
it
is.
to yourself.
Sorry, I had to take the opportunity. No politics.
We wouldn't even do that on After Dark. Like,
I
even on
don't
After
know.
Dark, we wouldn't do that.
I don't think I would. I politics.
Still avoid it.
I'd get the channel.
We
shut
don't even
down.
do that off camera.
No, this
Hey,
group.
that's
no.
gotta be addressed.
What do you mean?
Can't let
What do
that
you
go.
mean?
Political-
I said I'd get the
I-
channel shut down.
I think political
Yeah, good idea,
involvement
actually.
is important. But yeah, I don't think this is the place for it.
No.
No.
You should be stay informed.
Yeah,
But-
vote. I mean,
but-
stay very informed.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
very informed. I mean, I consider myself an informed voter, but like, it's not. Yeah, you don't. Yeah, not here.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people
Save
you
it
know,
for my Twitch.
Yeah.
Honestly, not wrong.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
facts.
Yeah, if
I
you
have a
feel
couple
some type of
beers.
way-
Off.
Yeah, he'll say just about anything.
You can get Nick T rolling on anything.
All right, we'll read.
When's
two-
your next stream? I gotta get in there.
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll read two
Maybe
more,
Monday.
and then we'll
Alright,
go
nice.
over the summaries.
Okay.
Yes, that sounds great. We have $5 from Goose.
Thank you,
Goose.
Goose.
All right, Dill.
Hit it.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Sending
You got your throat. Good job.
sending positive vibes and kindness to everyone, and remember to keep things PG.
Positively Goose. Well done.
I think I nailed it, right?
Literally.
Yeah,
Well done.
you added I remember to, but otherwise,
Okay,
like
added
it's
the
fine.
remember to.
Yeah.
Goose, thank you, my man. Appreciate you. Love you. Miss you. Hope to see
Oh
you soon.
God.
But you know, it keeps the
God.
rhythm nicely. I like when you add the remember.
Yeah,
to.
thank
It's
you.
nice, yeah.
Remember
I
to
believe.
keep things PG.
Honestly,
Not doing
that's
it.
not because the coloring.
Not doing it.
Did you already add the gravity?
Oh God.
Uh huh.
That. Did you read that?
Read what?
Just read the blue one and just think for a second. The coloring scheme.
We have this up, so I'll read Gravity Hero's latest super chat just because I have it up in front
Yeah,
of me.
that just made me think.
Gravity Hero's latest super chat is a crack theory. Otis is the future Dormammu.
I'm thinking about the color
Oh
scheme
my
and the way he looks. He's wearing that white.
Holy shit! I like that one.
It's cracked, but that
That's a
would
good
be,
one, dude.
Wow.
Oh, skirt.
Oh yeah.
But would they have to like restrict Damamu's powers? Because there's no way, like.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
Dormammu's power.
But Damamu could be stripped of its power.
But Otis is like an otherworldly being.
He is, but he's not
Even in
like
Sevens, he was-
Damamu.
yeah, but he like escaped the jail with no problem.
Yeah.
He like.
But he's
Again,
never
there's a
grown
reason it's
giant.
a crack theory, but I'm just thinking about the way, just alone. Like, the
Oh
looks
yeah,
alone.
I'm not voting against it. I'm saying it's
Yeah.
possible that Damamu gets to a point where they have to like.
This is
Restrict
a,
seal her.
This
Yes.
is a theory.
They gotta
Yes.
seal. They gotta seal
They gotta seal
Dormammu,
Dormammu.
and he becomes
he's the
Otis.
he's the
And that's why
chamber
Otis
that
is so
seals
smart.
Dormammu.
Otis
Yes.
can't do it himself.
Otis is
so he
the
only
vessel.
can give out the info. Look, he's feeding it. He's just like.
And then you have a space duel between Otis and Yugioh here in Go Rush.
Oh my god.
Technically speaking.
New video on that coming out tomorrow.
Hey, you know what, Gravity? Sometimes I love crack theories and really
Videos.
resonate with them.
You can make a video. tonight.
Great. I could. Great freaking theory.
That
there,
was
man.
good. That
Love
was
that
good.
theory.
All I know is Pete is so upset.
Love that theory.
Pete's so...
We'll take one
He
more and
just
then,
looks so
and then we're going summaries for
Uno mas.
50-51.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm sorry, bro.
I just blacked out.
Oh, okay.
Should I read one
You
that
didn't
kind of
miss anything.
segues?
Segue it. Segue it.
Let's see here. Oh, actually, this one segues nicely.
You tell him.
Pickrick with $11.05 Canadian.
Very generous super chat.
Good
Thank you so
work.
much, Pick. Appreciate you.
My guess is that Yugioh will try to move Dormammu to his side, and his trump card will be Maximums, because we've seen how Dormammu loves fusions, and his Maximum is literally a combination of spaceships.
I actually, yeah, there you go. It started already. You can show them. Well, I'll say it. It was at Diaz, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, he got carted off.
carried off.
Oh, carried off.
With a leg injury after celebrating Puerto Rico's win.
Yeah, that's.
Diaz.
Edwin Diaz.
Edwin Diaz.
This is why we can't have
I
anything.
know.
How bad?
He got carried off the
It's
field.
bad. I can tell you as your resident doctor, if
Didn't
you
they
need to
learn
be
anything
carried
from
off,
Morales back in the day?
No, apparently not.
Um,
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but
I think.
No, I can't have anything nice.
I think of that news article. Why does God hate the Mets? It's just
but it's
Mr.
the
Met
truth.
crying.
It is the truth. Why?
Yeah.
It's all right.
And it's the first pitch of opening day, and the season is over.
It's literally the truest thing that you could experience as a man.
That's a tough one. Anyway, to just stay on topic there, Pick, thank you so much for the super chat. I love that idea. Dormammu infatuated with fusions. Yugioh uses maximums and becomes infatuated with maximums, wants to learn more.
Yeah.
I don't believe maximums are going to be in this show, but
You
hey,
never know.
that's not a bad theory.
wow.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that,
That was
Pick.
good. Very interesting.
We're going to read the summaries
I'm going to read it.
for 50 and 51.
I'm going to read it. Dylan, I'm going to read it.
Okay.
I can't do it.
I'm going to let these boys
You going upstairs?
read the summaries.
Okay.
Dredge? No, I'm kidding.
You sure Nick T heard me? I was supposed to don't say
I heard
it.
you.
Don't say
Cal's
it.
gonna read these. I'm gonna run to the restroom. I feel like this is a good time. I know the summaries. So read the summaries and then go over
And
them.
give our thoughts?
Yeah, give your thoughts.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
So first off, we have episode 50, Battleship Rush Duel.
Let me see what he's
The
doing.
final showdown between Yugioh and Yugioh begins with the future of the Velgear cluster on the line. Their fateful battle takes place in space, with their battleships facing each other, and thus an unprecedented battleship rush duel unfolds, which kind of already unfolded.
Yeah, that's
but-
basically what
They
we
just
already
don't.
know.
They don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so they're not
that's what
spoiling
it's like.
anything there. I don't know if we really need to explain too much. We're just going to see a duel for the entire episode, I assume, with a couple of maybe like flashback or
Right.
you know conversational pieces there. Episode 51, Karutamata. Yugioh and Yugioh are fighting with everything they've got in order to achieve their ideals.
Okay.
However, as their intense battle rages on, the cruel fate the Velgirians have to shoulder only becomes more apparent. Yugioh's Velgir, the warrior who runs through the battlefield called Rush Duels, will now shoulder everything and create a path to a better future for the galaxy.
Oh.
So
do you
Yugioh
think
wins?
I'm
That's
kind
kind of what I'm reading.
Yeah, I'm also getting that.
Yeah, I feel like I'm basically reading, and Yugioh shoulders everything, defeats
Yeah.
Yugioh, and leads everybody on the path to a better future.
Yes. I am actually particularly curious about the
The cruel fate.
yes, the plot that we're gonna get. Maybe like the implications, like we're realizing how bad it would actually be for Valkyrian soldiers if Yugioh were to succeed, and then say, hey, so violence. That's how we're gonna do it.
And maybe they see how affected and hurt the pilots of the ships are.
Right, and they're like, well,
To the
this is
point
bad.
where they're like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
Like, if this is how we're going to have to, you know, take over places or bring peace, like, there's got to be a better way.
Right.
And maybe that's kind of what the duel is showing, that this isn't the way, and that Yugioh is showing them maybe something different, or a different way to do it. I don't know. It's...
No, I actually very much agree with that.
Yeah,
I think they're gonna underscore how bad the pilots are getting this, and how the Valkyrian soldiers will not want to like participate in something like that.
Yeah, I hope... I would have hoped it would have said, like, will Yugioh be able to like save Velgear from the cruel fate or whatever?
Right.
So it doesn't give you like the answer, but it feels like they're kind of giving you the answer.
Yeah.
But overall, I mean, it's cool because I think that not only as the battle rages on, by saying like the cruel fate at the shoulder becomes more apparent, there's got to be a lot of back and forth conversation going on about it, I think.
Right.
Because I think that even Yugioh is going to start to realize like there's no turning back at this point. If they lose, it's not good.
Yeah. No,
So I think that's
nothing
kind
good
of
about
what that kind of states there.
Yes. Two interesting things about these this batch of summaries is one, it completely confirms that it's a rush duel that lasts 3 episodes.
Correct.
And two, no mention of the Yuga Dormammu duel.
No mention
None.
at all, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. So I think that they don't want to give anything away for that.
From
I feel
that side,
yeah.
They're kind of leaving us in the dark there, which is it's a good point because you can almost like as you said, you're looking at it. It's 2 side-to-side duels. There could be so much else going on, and that also helps drag this into a 3-episode duel because there's another duel there
going on. Exactly. Yeah.
So it's almost like a support duel to keep this one going for the extended amount of time. But yeah, I think that's interesting because something could happen, like very extensive to the point where maybe, Yugioh gets destroyed by Dormammu, right?
Yes,
and
yeah.
Dormammu realizes the power that they have, and now that's why Yugioh, the cruel fate becomes so apparent that Yugioh needs to win.
Very possible.
Yeah, I think that it leaves it open, but still kind of shows Yugioh is gonna win. That's kind of how I'm looking at it.
I very much get that same vibe.
Yeah.
Thoughts for either of you fellas?
Thoughts, or are you guys just watching?
Oh,
We're
I'm very
going to be totally
distracted.
honest. We're so
Totally
sad right now.
distracted.
We were completely in
I'm
What do you
just-
think, Achilles?
I'm sorry for your loss.
It looks
No,
like
it's
a
not
bad
his
knee
Achilles.
injury.
It's knee.
Oh.
I'm hoping it's a
You guys were
dislocated
carrying that
kneecap.
segment.
Yeah,
we were
no,
just,
thank
we were,
Yeah, I'm hoping it's a
I saw
dislocated
the
kneecap.
video of them jumping up and down on the screen, and I'm like, I'm just gonna keep going.
Yeah, it's either the best case is a dislocated kneecap, and that's why there's so much pain he can't bend his knee. If not, he tore a ligament in his knee. That's why he can't put weight on it. He has no flexion. I'm hoping it's the kneecap though. Hoping like the jumping, the weight, it dislocated his kneecap out of place, and the tendons got pulled. Now it's in a wrong spot. So every time he bends, like it's putting immense pain and pressure on his knee.
I've said for a very long time, sports have not
Been good to you.
given me any release
Joy.
ever. Like
Joy.
sports is supposed to give you any like joy and release from the outside world.
What was funny is
And you guys have all been able to see your
One
teams
time.
win the big one.
Twice.
Every time you watch it,
But
I
one
seriously
thing-
say I can't do this anymore.
That's messed up.
He's turning into the guy from Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Like, Dylan, I've told you, like, watching,
that's
like,
tough.
I'm a big Rangers fan. I've told you, watching the Rangers in the playoffs, I'm miserable. It's not
Yeah.
fun. I'm not enjoying myself. It stinks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's tough.
It's tough. But I understand what you mean. You've had some
Mets,
episodes.
Jets, it's just brutal.
But overall, very excited. Very, very excited for the finale of the show.
Yeah.
Excitedly.
But it is interesting that they don't mention the Dormammu and Yugioh duel at all in the 50 summary, right? The 50 summary and 51 or just 50? They do not mention.
They don't mention-
Dormammu Yugioh.
No, so they don't mention
They
them,
don't
at,
mention them at
all.
all.
Okay.
Which is
Yeah.
what we were saying before is like something could be going on. Like I was saying, it kind of is like it's like a support duel that kind of helps it drag into the 3rd episode. Because it's hard if it was just one duel to make that last 3 episodes would be very tough.
Agreed.
So there's got to be something else going on out there that, and Nick T had pointed out, that they don't want to give anything away.
Yeah, I agree. Well, I think we're going to get a lot of backstory as
too.
to what happened in this war.
Well, the
I think that's
50,
going to
the
be
51
massive.
summary makes me believe that Yugioh, like the back and forth they give, and that cruel fate that they have to shoulder becomes more apparent.
Well, that's the big line.
Is Yugioh basically like, oh God, like if I don't win, this is going to get very, very bad.
Yes.
Yeah.
For everyone, and even the Velgirians might be thinking, why I don't want to do this for Yugioh, but if he wins, like, is there anything we can do to not back him? You know, you can't really turn on him at that point. He'll freeze you like you did everybody else.
The
Yeah.
entire Senate.
Do you guys have any theories as to what you think that burden might be? Is it a destiny to fail as a planet and a destiny to perish.
It's
described very grimly. It's
So-
a cruel fate
Yeah.
they have to burn.
The way
I mean,
I was looking at it, and I mentioned it, but you were upstairs,
yeah.
that maybe they're seeing at that point what's happening to the people piloting the cards and thinking if this is the way that we're going to have to go into battle, everybody is going to go through a lot of pain and suffering for Zuijo's goal to be achieved.
Right.
So
Right.
maybe by seeing this and realizing, like, I don't want to do that. Like, if there's a way to not go through that agony and that pain and that suffering and still bring peace, let's find that way.
Yeah.
Even
yeah.
if it's not laid out on the table for them, they're going to start thinking, I don't really want to do this. Like, there's got to be another way. We can stop and think about this one, like, instead of just going in and trying to run through every planet you go for.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
These next 2 episodes will be really intense, I think.
I think so, too.
Plot heavy with action.
Yeah,
the best way.
These summaries get me super hyped for them. They really do. Lorena, thank you for the $2 donation. I believe Yugioh is the rival, not a villain in need of redemption. With more information, I wouldn't mind upgrading him to a villain, but I need more details first. He's definitely playing an antagonistic role at the moment, though.
Yeah.
Well said, Lorena. Yeah, you know, Yugioh is the villain of this season, because who else would that be? I mean, it's definitely Yugioh, but just like Revolver he's the
vibes,
rival.
100%
But he was the
Revolver
villain
vibes.
of season 1.
Yeah.
He just was. So, like, you know, from an overall show perspective, Yugioh probably fits that rival to Udius, umbrella a little better than, like, antagonist or villain. Just like Revolver fit that rival theme better, but it doesn't mean they can't play that villain role for a season. And that's what we're seeing here, being so masterfully executed with Yugioh, and it really has been a joy to see. So I definitely agree with that assessment, Lorena. And thank you for the $2 donation. We appreciate you.
Absolutely. Do you want us to go into more super?
Yeah, a few more supers. Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I'll hop in, Nick T. I'm tagging
Yeah,
in.
you do that, bro.
Also, we're not doing an official pick'em for this duel, but I do want to know, just going around actually, we'll say it on 3. Who do you think wins between Yuga and Dormammu?
Got it.
Oh.
Because that is a duel going on. We'll not make it an actual official pick'em.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. On 3. 1, 2, 3. You
Dormammu.
got no result.
So those were the 2 options I was between. Draw no
Yeah.
result and Dormammu.
Yeah.
No,
I think I'm leaning Yuga if someone
picked
wins.
Yuga.
So
Yeah.
I'm picking Dormammu because I'm picking wrong, so I'm actually rooting for you.
Nixie, what are you picking?
Just saying.
Dormammu. I think.
So you 2 picked Dormammu.
You like
two
my
picked
theory.
Yuga.
I like
Can
your
I
theory.
convince you?
I think we need a little desperation. I think we need some desperation in Udius to get him that win. I don't think it can be a clean sweep.
Yeah, and I also think what I said to Nick T before when we were going through the summaries was that if Dormammu beats Yuga, right? Because again, Yuga's not necessarily about winning duels as much as he is showing Dormammu the fun, right? He doesn't need to win necessarily to get what he needs to do. Like, if just showing Dormammu how fun the duels are, and her winning, showing her how fun winning is, convinces her that, like, he's a good guy or whatever it might be, that could be his way of action. But also, Dormammu could also come into realization of her power after beating Yuga, and that's where this cruel fate is like, oh, like, we're all doomed.
Yeah, exactly.
If we don't figure this out, because Dormammu is uncontrollable at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I picked draw no result because I think the conflict there is not going to end but with the Earth Damar and with Yuga, and I think that something is going to interrupt it, or the Earth Damar maybe just loses interest once the Udius Yugioh duel ends. But I just for some reason don't see that duel finishing concretely, because I feel like it would be kind of weird for Yuga to just come in and beat the Earth Damar and then just kind of dip again. And I also feel like it would be kind of crazy for the Earth Damar to defeat Yuga. I mean, we know the Earth Damar is a very skilled duelist.
Yeah, of course. It's gotta be.
And we know Yuga has his flaws in dueling.
Yuga's not the best duelist in the world. I mean, that's a fair statement. So, like, it's a tough duel to pick, because if I had to pick a character, I think I would pick Yuga. But Yeah, I don't know. This duel, because it's it feels like a side duel.
Yeah.
Feels like it's almost a coin flip. Pete, you picked Yuga. Do you feel very good about that pick? Or
No, of course not. I mean, Yuga, it depends, like, what version of Yuga we're going to get here, because, like, he joined halfway through last time, and then, you know, that was an arc finale, so it made sense that he was part of the win.
Yeah.
I'm a little worried about it, considering that I'm more Yugioh over Yugioh.
Exactly.
So I'm a little concerned that are we going to take 2 L's in terms of the antagonist side? But Dormammu is just so unpredictable.
Yeah.
I mean, I know, like, there's really, like, that character has essentially no allegiance, only cares about, this seems fun. Like, they really are filling out their personality right now.
Yeah.
So they don't really understand what they want or need or anything. And I think that could start to progress more in this duel. So I don't feel great about it. But I just feel like, man, my boy needs to, at least in this universe, just establish some sense of dominance. You know what I mean? Give this man a win. Like a solo win.
Yeah, well, I will say this. So in the opening, the silhouetted monsters are no longer silhouetted.
Yes.
So it means we have to see them in 50 and 51.
Right.
Because it changes in 52 when we get the new opening.
Right.
One of those monsters is a Jointech Rex Bluetooth Burst Fusion. That will most likely be used by the Earth tomorrow because they're using Yuhi and Yumu's decks.
That would not bode well for
So that is a monster that we are going to be almost definitely seeing in the next 2 episodes, used by Dormammu against Yuga. So that'll be really interesting. Does that mean that Dormammu has the advantage?
No.
I don't know, not necessarily, but it is a new monster we're going to be getting, and that is going to be a really cool monster. Because remember, unless they use, polymerization, that means that Dormammu is going to be summoning Bluetooth Burst Dragon and Jointech Rex on the field against Yuga. And let's not overlook the ties there. Odo are these great ancestors of Yuga? Certainly possible. Will Yuga have any dialogue when he sees his potential great ancestors' monsters being used? I'm fascinated because Yuga hasn't really said anything. He's kind of let everyone just
Hasn't even shown his really
come to
full
conclusions.
face.
He still has not been called Yuga.
He's been called that guy, right?
Yeah.
I think that's what.
No full
that
face,
guy.
no nothing.
That
So there's still a lot surrounding Yuga that I would say is
Not
still
that
a
guy,
mystery.
though.
So that'll be exciting to see.
Good question, though. Good question.
Thank you. And make sure you vote in the poll. I'm interested to see where chat's leaning.
I'll go into Super Chats now.
Please do.
We got $5 from Jack Knight 21.
Thank you, Jack.
And Jack said, "Hey guys, enjoyed the episode. Been busy coming up with ideas for the channel, basic Christianity class, and Yu-Gi-Oh! / Pokemon VGC grind, studying for basic class."
Takes up time, man. You get a hobby, you got class.
Sounds like you got a lot going on.
You got
too.
work, and it can make the days feel like nothing. You close your eyes and it's Friday and you're like, well, that week just went by. I don't even, I mean, it's crazy. I feel like the week just started. It's Wednesday night. So
I'm
I
actually
agree with
very
that.
excited.
Yeah.
My week's been fun. I love it.
Mine
I'm
too.
so
And we have, we're going
We got plans for
on
the weekend,
Friday
so I'm
night, so
excited.
that'll be a lot of fun. But
Yeah.
but yeah, Jack, thank you so much. All the best to you, my man. And yeah, cool stuff, dude. I'm excited to see the stuff for your channel.
Jack came back and donated another $5.
Thank you, dude.
And Jack said, "Like the space duel so far. Also been doing Bible study on Tuesdays and College Central teaching on Thursdays. So a lot of stuff in the week. I like the spell."
Awesome. Yeah, I imagine you probably mean Dark Hole, unless it was a different spell. But yeah, Duel so far has been really good. It's been unique, and
No, you going. You're good.
and I'm very excited to see where it goes in these next 2 episodes.
No, I was gonna ask if Dark Hole is Dark Hole a legend card technically?
I'm
It's
in
not,
Rush
is it
Duel.
not?
It is
In Rush Duel, it's
Yeah,
legend card, right?
So you can only have one.
you can only have one of it. Now, remember, the rule used to be when Rush Duel was going on during the Sevens era, you could only have 1 legend card per deck. Now it's changed where you can have 1 legend of each type per deck. So you can have a legend spell, a legend trap, and a legend monster.
Wow.
They
So
changed
my
that
man's
at
gonna
that.
be rolling deep.
That got announced at Jump Festival.
That's
So
unfortunate.
could Yugioh also have a legend trap card? He absolutely could.
What's a legend trap? What are legend trap cards off the top? of your head?
What are some legend traps?
trying to think. I can't.
Mirror Forces. No, I don't think that's not Mirror Force.
Wait, yes, actually,
Yeah,
wait.
Mirror
He
Force
used Mirror
definitely
Force.
Yeah, he
it
used
was.
Mirror Force. Yeah.
So he has Mirror Force.
I don't know if it's a legend. I know it was in the game. I don't.
I
know if
would.
it's a
I think it
legend.
has to be. It's a broken card.
That'd be cool
Mirror
to see.
Force, Magic Cylinder.
Magic Cylinder.
Mm-hmm.
What about and monsters would be what? Like a Dark Magician. Blue
Monsters,
Eyes?
yeah. Blue Eyes, Dark Magician.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you,
Even though
I swear to God, if Blue Eyes.
Blue Eyes was good in early Rush Duel because it was such a beater.
But I'm
I mean-
saying, like, I swear to God, if Yugioh pulls out that card, you're going to be unbearable the next podcast.
Oh, can I say this? Yugioh uses Blue Eyes White Dragon in this duel. He's Otis, right? It's the
No,
same.
no.
no.
He might have had interaction with him.
No.
Doesn't mean you're the
Interaction.
same person.
You shook my hand on that.
And he immediately cleaned it off.
Direct your frustration to him. He shook
I
my
often
hand.
do.
And deservedly so.
Yeah.
If Yugioh plays Blue Eyes White Dragon, there's
He's
no
at least
more
met him.
denying
He might have met him.
that Otis is involved in this.
He's involved.
But
Okay.
they're not the
That's
same.
what
more
that's
denying.
I
okay.
didn't say they're the
That's
same
what-
person.
Same character
That's
is
a
a
little bit
little
weak.
far. But I mean, and that's
Very.
a big if. Are we going to see Blue Eyes? Probably not. But I mean, come on. At that point, it would be like, case shut. I mean, even a very good
Whoa.
defense attorney's not getting out of that one.
Matt
I mean,
Murdock
that's
could get
crazy.
out of it.
Remember, I could get anything.
I thought you were going to.
Matt Murdock could get at it.
Jackie Charles.
No,
Johnny Cochran?
I don't know who that is.
OJ.
Oh yeah, that's yeah.
That's what you're going for. Huh?
I mean,
You feel good about that?
no, he said it.
And the Kardashian guy, I forget his name, but he was also part of the legal team.
Yeah.
Maybe.
The juice.
The juice. I love the juice.
It's getting late.
We got $5 from Rewindin'.
Rewind. Thank you, Angie.
She said, "You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. The coin flip comes back."
The coin flip would come back if this was an official pick'em. It's not. Where's the coin?
In Cal's
upstairs.
room.
Oh, okay. You should just keep it right here. But yeah, the coin flip will come back probably to kick off season 2.
Yep.
So no
Great
coin
Dark
flip
Knight
tonight.
quote, by the way. Great Dark Knight quote.
Yeah.
Yes, it was a great scene.
I mean, that's one of the most memorable, probably Batman movie quotes ever.
Well, I
One
mean,
of.
it's originally from comics. But
Yes, it's true from the comics.
But it's from the Batman comics, right?
What about why so serious?
That's up there.
Yeah.
I'm Batman is up there.
Serious.
You do a great.
Technically,
rendition.
I'm Batman from Batman Begins.
I like his.
Wait,
vengeance.
was that Christian Bale?
That.
One more time.
I think it was
It kind of
Garrett.
sounds just like
I don't know.
Basically,
Also, it was more a reference to Harvey Dent coin flipping.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
we were
no,
talking,
he flips a coin.
well, the
nice.
quote was in
Two-Face.
reference to like villains being
Yeah. No,
redeemably
it's
right.
about the redeem, but it's still a Batman quote. Basically.
Yeah, exactly. But I think that's what she was getting
Yeah,
at.
yeah.
The Harvey Dent,
Yeah.
like
The coin flip,
referencing
yeah,
to,
50-50,
yeah.
yeah.
It wasn't about our
Yeah.
Because his
flip.
coin originally is both sided heads, and then when he gets burned, half the other. I don't know if that's comic true. I don't know. I can't attest, but
yeah,
Something similar,
Yeah,
yeah.
essentially where that always
Yeah.
happens.
That makes sense. Cool.
Great scene. That
oh yeah,
that's what Aaron Eckerton.
yeah, he did a great job.
I mean, he gets overshadowed because Heath is so amazing in that.
Yeah,
But his performance is just as Two-Face is just incredible.
Yeah.
He's great.
Like, he was great on American Idol.
What is he even talking about? Who is he talking?
Pete again. Yu-Gi-Oh! Nothing. He's just calling.
I don't understand why we haven't started.
I don't know, man. I just,
Who are
we
you
gotta get on the same
talking-
schedule.
who's on
He
American
said
Idol?
Aaron Carter played that character, didn't he?
Eric Carter wasn't on American Idol.
He wasn't?
R.I.P. Right?
Yeah, R.I.P. But no.
Did he actually pass away?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even
last
know
year.
that. Oh, I'm thinking of Clay Aiken.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Okay.
So you mixed up
I mixed up Clay
Aaron
Aiken.
Eckhart and Clay Aiken.
No, I mixed up Aaron Eckhart and Aaron Carter. And then I mixed up Aaron Carter and Clay Aiken.
Do me a favor.
So it was a double mix.
Do me a favor.
Well, what he said times 2.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, what he said
Read the
times
next
two.
note now.
Yeah. Also, she corrected me. The donation was in reference to no one having a right opinion, like being on both sides with.
Oh,
three
yeah,
guys.
yeah, yeah.
Gotcha.
that's
Okay. Anyway, thank you for the donation, Angie.
Thank you, Angie. Appreciate you.
Gravity Hero donated $2, and Gravity Hero said, "Crack theory. Otis is from Velgear."
Yeah. I mean,
Maybe,
listen.
yeah, I don't.
I like his Dormammu theory better.
I like his mama theory better.
Maybe, but that's more realistic to me because
Dylan.
I think he's doing all. Yeah.
You have 14 My Hero Funkos, and then you have 5.
Judge,
So
you're
I-
getting off topic.
So I think.
you're
he's,
getting off topic.
I think the motivation for Otis doing everything that he's done, that would be well explained would be that he wants to save his entire people. So if he's Valkyrian and the Valkyrians get wiped out and he survives and somehow has some power that makes him immortal or time travels,
I don't
or
think
whatever.
he's altruistic enough for that.
Are you saying that the Valkyrians get genocided?
I mean,
We don't know what's going on in this war.
Yeah.
We don't know any of the
they
details.
have to shoulder.
Aaron Yeager's not wrong. I just saying.
Bro.
You gotta
Let's
watch
talk about
certain
that for the
episodes.
next
Really.
few minutes.
Thank you,
That was
Grab.
like you were on one of those news like
Thank you,
You're
Grab.
filling
We
time.
got
Thank you,
$5
Gravity.
from Crystal Colden.
Thank you, Crystal.
Crystal said, turning in early, night everyone, and I will
Night.
be delivering my best theories this week and the next,
Oh,
and
yeah.
the next.
Yeah.
Wow,
Next
Crystal,
one.
you're
And
probably
the
sleeping right
next
now, but
one.
when you watch this on VOD later, thank you.
Crystal,
Yes.
thank you so much. Also, huge shout out to our friend Dak. I am going to be adding Dak to some permissions I can add him to on my channel, and he's volunteered to just like download these and make these accessible on like streaming platforms to really make it like
Spotify and stuff.
an official podcast.
Oh.
Dak out here.
So-
Wow,
working-
Dak, bless you.
Dak out here
No,
working
you're good.
necessary
Yeah.
Wow.
like means for the channel. You ain't giving this man anything. You need to give this man something.
Yeah.
He's been Twitch
Yeah,
here,
he's a good dude.
out here working 24/7,
He
and
is.
he streams himself. If you don't
Yes.
follow him,
Yeah, definitely follow him on Twitch.
So
That's
man,
for the
man needs
Dak just
some
writes, Dak sucks.
No, great
Dak
dude.
Prescott sucks. I agree
So
with that.
soon,
True.
I think probably the start of season 2, or maybe the end of season 1, we'll definitely start to
Yeah,
advertise
the
these
finale.
on the.
You can
yeah,
have the
great.
finale be the first one.
Yeah, the issue, Dak, what you fell into is Everything does not pay their employees
No.
health insurance.
No.
So we
don't.
We are sorry.
I don't get health insurance either, so it's
Salary
all of
is
us.
roughly 2 slices of pizza a week.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
every
that's-
other week.
Every
It's
other
like
week.
four.
Every
It's
other
like
week.
4 slices a month. We'll say 1 slice a week on average because you
That's fair.
average 2
That's
per.
fair.
What about the Evanescence concert?
I never went
From
to that.
over a
Oh, yeah.
year
Oh,
ago.
no, I didn't go to that.
From over a
I wasn't
year
invited
ago.
to that.
And that was
on
the
podcast.
only thing we got in the history of this podcast.
Yeah.
Hey, you did it to yourself.
I did. That was a bad.
What about New York
That was a
Comic-Con?
good night. That was
Oh
a
yeah,
good
he
night.
did have New York
you
Comic
know
Con and New York
what?
Comic Con.
Alright,
We'll give him
shit.
that.
Sort of.
All right.
A little bit.
Thanks.
Thank
Hey.
you.
He like this man. He just
No, Dylan, you gotta get
I've
him
never
the
seen a
camera.
bigger dick rider in my life. I just never.
Wait,
Hey, hey,
All right.
hey,
No.
hey. I'm just a fact giver.
Dak's contract might be a little different.
Dak's contract saying he's got insurance.
Yeah.
I need to rewrite.
You can
Call the legal
you can
team.
take it up with
Call
with
legal
HR.
team right now.
You take it up with HR.
Yeah, who's HR?
Who's
My
HR?
friend, our friend John. He's HR.
That's HR.
He's HR.
I'm gonna run over that HR.
Okay.
What do you mean by that?
Run over like.
That might be means for termination.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just threatened another employee.
Well, thank you, Crystal.
it's not a threat,
And
it's just a
shout
promise.
out Dak.
Yeah. Shout out Dak.
Appreciate the help.
Yeah, you're great, Dak. Thank you.
Thank you,
Um,
Dak. Seriously, so much, man.
We got $5.96 Canadian from Pick
Thank
Rick.
you, Pick the Rick.
And Pick Rick said, also,
Wow.
with Yuga playing the
Yes.
maximum this duel, the pilots will be the Sevens variant characters, which was the original concept for Yuga's OG maximum.
Someone also pointed out that the color scheme of the monsters Yuga summons, while the left and the right are switched, are very similar to Magnum Overroad with
Yeah.
the red in the middle, the green and the blue
That
on either
makes sense.
sides. So that definitely could be a bit of an Easter egg there. But yeah, super cool stuff. I'm excited. You know, every time Yuga shows up, I'm just super excited to see what happens next and what will get revealed about Yuga's journey and Yuga's story, because there's still a lot of confusion surrounding him. So, Pick, I'm really excited for it, man.
Agreed.
Yeah, I can't wait.
So, Lootly, thank you.
And will he summon, as Aura pointed out, the trio's aces?
Yeah, it could.
I
It
think
makes
so.
sense.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
It's a high possibility.
We got $5 Australian from Electric Kevin.
Thank you,
It's
Kev.
electric.
Electric Kevin said, which Pokemon mechanic is your favorite? Mega Evolution, Z-Move, Dynamax, or Terrestrial?
Dynamax, but terrestrial. What is it? Terrestrial?
Terrestrial?
I can't pronounce it. Don't ask me.
Terrestrial?
It's a weird.
It sounds like
pronunciation.
terrestrial. But
Yeah,
it's terrestrial.
Tetralize.
that
or
has
some.
that has the best music when the gym leaders use it and they're on their final
Yeah.
Pokemon in any of the Pokemon games.
That's
I
fair.
like Dynamaxing. I enjoyed Dynamaxing. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, Dynamax is my favorite.
Yeah, Dynamax is cool.
Pete, do you have a preference? Well, you're not really. You haven't
I'm
played the newer
not
games.
really into the
Yeah.
Pokemon game scene, so I honestly can't
That's fair.
I mean, in Pokemon Go, I like Mega Evolutions.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't speak on it actually because I haven't.
Well, now we got primals in
Yeah.
Pokemon
Well,
Go.
only for
That's
those two
hard.
Pokemon. But
Yeah.
I do like that.
It's cool.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you, Kev.
Thanks, Kev.
We got $5 more from Gravity Hero.
Thank you, Grav.
And Grav said,
Wow. Yeah.
this is talking to us, not you.
Okay.
Hey guys, Dylan was saying that beating him is the same as beating X-Slayer. Thoughts on that?
Wait, Dylan said that? What did Dylan... Read that one more time. I have to really
Dylan was saying that... Here we go. Dylan was saying that beating him is the same as beating X-Slayer.
Beating who?
Beating
beating
Dylan
Dylan
is equal to
is
beating
the same as
X-Slayer
beating X-Slayer.
in Master.
No.
Beating Dylan is the same
Yeah,
level
yeah.
of beating.
That's what
X.
Dylan
That's
said.
what
Dylan
Gravity
said.
Hero is saying.
That's what
No,
Dylan,
that's what Dylan said.
Dylan said this because I think once in his life he did beat X-Slayer, so now he's saying, you beat Dylan, you beat
Like power
X-Slayer.
ranking, yeah.
I mean, that is that might be one of the more outrageous things you've ever said.
Can I
said-
give context to that?
No, absolutely not. You're not
No.
allowed to speak here.
You know what? It's not even that we don't want the context. I don't think it'll matter.
I often debate with myself sometimes when I'm at work and I'm just kind of just free balling.
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Are you a worse Master Duel player or are you a worse Pokemon player? And it's debatable.
I think Master
because
Duel.
both of them,
Honestly-
both of them, absolutely, you're garbage, right?
What do you think you're better at?
Pokemon.
I think I'm better at Master Duel.
Yeah, that's probably yeah. And that's saying
And
something.
slightly, and
Yeah.
slightly, and you were
He's
getting
trash at
your
Master
head kicked in
Jesus,
24/7 on those streams by the chat.
That's
I,
not true.
I get the most enjoyment out of those two types of streams.
Oh my god. Can
Love
I
it.
can I say something?
Go ahead.
Do you have to?
I want to hear him out.
No, go ahead. Speak.
I will just say I don't remember saying that. And
Yeah.
Someone's gonna.
You're
have
probably
it.
on
if
ayahuasca
I said
when
it,
you
I
said that.
probably
He
said it
definitely was on ayahuasca.
for a reason. Maybe I was on a good streak. Maybe I was feeling like X-Slayer in the moment because I was winning a lot of duels, but there was a reason for it. So I can't comment on what I've said in the past because I just don't remember that particular quote.
I really thought he was going to come
That
out
feels
here.
like a borderline like plead the fifth kind of
Yeah,
thing.
No,
it is.
That's what that feels
No,
like.
I don't
Bro's
remember.
got a great lawyer.
I thought he was going to come out here with the Conor McGregor. I want to apologize to absolutely no one.
Yeah, I thought he was going to double down.
He's not creative enough or something.
That's as soon as he
Just
started
like your
talking,
dueling style is not creative enough to have consistent winning.
That's also fair.
Oh, God.
Has the alert box been showing at all?
I haven't
I don't
noticed it.
remember.
Probably not.
There it is. It was behind the scenes.
Nice.
It's okay.
Great streamer.
Whoa, come on,
All right,
bro.
you know
That's
what?
unnecessary, really.
No,
Alright,
we
you
had
got-
technical.
you gotta- you
we had
gotta-
technical difficulties.
Aura,
so-
thank you for the $2 donation. Dill should do a Rush Duel stream where we also beat his ass like the Master Duel ones. Plus, it'll get more people playing Rush. Win-win. I remember beating you in Rush Duels, though.
Oh!
Yeah, I don't.
Wow.
Oh, skirt!
That's a flame war you're starting
I
there.
remember going 10-0 in my Rush Duel stream.
All right, see now
I didn't know.
I believe
Yeah.
you, and then you
Okay,
did that.
here you are,
No.
right back down the club.
No, I remember.
Like you were so good, and then you say that. Like say you went
yo.
7-3,
May-
6-4.
Maybe my
Humble yourself.
that's normally my Master Duel record. Maybe my memory.
No, it's the opposite. 4 and
She
6.
said you never won against me in a rush duel.
I don't know if maybe my memory is
Your
foggy.
memory is shot.
I'm gonna think about that because
Same.
I vividly remember
Different
beating Aura in a race. I remember
All I know is you've already
I,
known.
I was using Ants. I think she was using Thunderbolt, and it was I think someone
thoughts
called it
exactly.
the upset of the year in the chat. I remember I was using Ants, Aura was using Thunderbolt. I'm gonna look into the data there and try to figure it out and get back to you guys on that. But
Okay.
I think my memory serves me right. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's
You
a
know,
great-
let's find out. Let's find out.
Right,
The
how?
past doesn't matter.
How?
Let's
I
rush
think
duel.
I think what you should do is you should
I don't really
you
know
should
how
stick
to
in your
stream it.
yeah. I think what you should do is stick in your lane, right?
What's
like
my lane?
Mario Party kind of style, like
Mario Kart.
Yeah, then you
well,
dominate.
not Mario Kart. The chap usually whips his ass in that. So like
luck-based
I think-
games.
yeah, like really like luck-based games. But remember the famous quote of "Oh, Mario Party it's more skill than people think than luck."
It is.
Right?
It is.
That's where you stay,
Mario
right?
Kart's more
And
luck
you're
than
like
people
abusing
think.
us and that. You abused me and Cal with
True.
DK all weekend. You know that's fine. You get a good ha laugh out of it.
GTA.
And then you get brought down to reality with the chat. And that's why I
Back to
love the chat.
reality. Whoop, there goes gravity.
I will say my memory maybe is not correct. I remember using Giant.
I remember you using the very limited decks they had on Rush Tools, and I remember you complaining about them because you were just getting smacked around. That's what I remember.
My memory's different. I have a different memory of that.
I think you should, out of the 3 options, you should probably stick to Duel Links. I think that's your best road.
Thank you.
Because Rush Tools, I don't think there's enough there yet in the game. Maybe they've expanded it more for someone like you to really overcome. And then Master Duel's a little too complicated for it.
I
So
think, honestly, Dylan,
It was such a good point, but it was it's so backhanded.
Yeah, wow.
It was delivered like I was like, oh, this is pretty reasonable, and I thought about it, and I was like,
No,
wait a
that's-
minute,
that's a lot.
those were
All right.
savage.
All right. Let me say this.
I was going to tell him to stick to box breaks instead, but...
Oh,
I want to thank all you guys for
Yeah,
coming.
thank you.
You guys,
Thank you so
you guys
much.
have been amazing. You've been a pleasure. Thank you all so much for being here. Seriously, I appreciate it. You guys let us do this. You've let us do this now for the last 3-4 years, since the late Vrains days, all of Sevens, now all of Go Rush. And thank you so much for all of the amazing love, support that you show on a weekly Wednesday night basis. I'm going to let these guys promote their work. They do some fantastic stuff. All their links are down below in the description. Please give them a follow. We'll start with Caliber and we'll go around the horn here.
All right, so we're going to start with
job.
me. Because he never does it for himself, I'm going to promote Dylan here. Dylan streams on Twitch
See what I mean?
on Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays.
I didn't.
Actually,
disagree with
Mondays
that.
a lot of times is that man over there, Peter Cat.
Yeah.
He
Sure.
streams. What's the game coming up? Oh, Detroit Become Human. If
Is
Dylan,
it suggested by you?
yes, Detroit Become Human
Wow.
will be on there on Monday. I don't. Tuesdays, Pokemon Tuesdays.
That's correct.
Thursday.
Pokemon Platinum.
Yeah, Pokemon Platinum. Thursday, TBD. But I want to
TBD.
thank you right there. I want to say thank you for promoting my content. I didn't do it on purpose. I wanted to
yeah.
see if any of you
Oh
guys
yeah.
would, so thank you.
No, it's fine. That's what he pays me $50 a week for.
what?
Like, next week and going forward, it should just be the 2 of you. You don't need to be here, and you guys can have fun with that.
I agree.
Hey, I'm just trying to help out.
No.
You know.
Right.
Thanks.
Rising tides raise all ships.
Exactly. We rise together.
Am I wrong though?
Anyway, I stream over on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/CalBreezy. It's CalBreezy. I stream a lot of FPS games. I've been playing Valorant a lot lately, Call of Duty Warzone. I may also be getting more into Fortnite a little bit. I was playing some with Dredge the other day. We were having a good time.
Yeah, stream it, coward.
Okay.
I have a really funny comment to that one.
And I think I'll probably be back streaming next week, maybe on Monday, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a stream in tomorrow. But we'll see. Maybe I will. But yeah, definitely give me a follow over there if you're into that kind of stuff. And maybe if I can be convinced, I could jump back into a Nuzlocke. But I'm not the greatest Nuzlocke player either. So
Listen, there's a floor. You're definitely above it.
I'm
Looking at the floor right there.
I appreciate that.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
well said.
Okay.
Well
We'll
said.
hand it over to this guy.
Wait, what's the,
Do you even know-
floor?
Nothing.
Nick, you go.
Yeah,
I
I
get it.
also stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/NickFightsMoms. Typically Monday, Tuesday nights around 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I did not stream this week. I was in Woodstock with my girlfriend, but we will be back. Yes, back this Monday. Most likely with Fire Emblem. Sword of Seals, Fire Emblem 6, the last one before it
very
came to
nice.
America, with our boy Roy. But I also do some other games, some Minecraft, which has been a big thing lately for me. We'll definitely return to that, maybe alternate, we'll see. And then occasionally I do some streams with music, and I'll perform from a repertoire of cover songs, as well as some original music. And if you're into that original music, you can go stream it all on any streaming platform you please under the name Nameling. I've got an EP and a couple other singles on there, and a upcoming LP in the works. It's all finished and mastered. Just keep a lookout for it. And any news on that, go follow me on all social media platforms.
I want you to buy.
Nice. I'm Dredge, streaming twitch.tv/Dredgenator. We got a beautiful, randomized Emerald Nuzlocke going on. We just beat Gym 4. We did lose our Lapras, our Water Dark type Lapras. We have a completely randomized
Kaiju.
ability. Yes, Kaiju went down. But we still got Jamie, the Ghost Fire, Wall Rain, so that's exciting. So come check that out. Tomorrow, 3:30 p.m. Eastern, 5th Gym. It's going down. We got to actually verse our father. I'm scared. Lee had trouble the first time, lost an arm. So hopefully we can keep the Pokemon team
I'll
out.
Father Lord in heaven.
Yes.
I made
If
it
you
clear
actually
that
want to
my
watch
intention
good
was to
Pokemon
play, and my
content,
intention was
follow
to
this
play for
guy.
the
He
New York
definitely knows a lot what he's doing.
Nice.
Want to watch that? I greatly
Nice.
I run a YouTube channel called Clueless Gamers. Do some reactions and stuff over there. We have finished up The Last of Us, so you're gonna start seeing those reactions to that HBO show roll out. The exciting thing about that as well is that probably this weekend, if not next week, we're going to record a roundtable discussion of the people. So it'll be the four of us. Dredge hasn't watched it yet. And
I've not
probably
watched
DJ. We'll all sit around and kind of shoot the shit, really,
Yeah, I love
and
that.
talk about the show overall. Connections to the game. Maybe we'll even talk into some spoilery territory about what we think about season 2 and 3 could be, which are going to take place for the part 2, the second game. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So look out for that. I'll probably write a community post about that and some of the reactions coming out, just so there's a little more of a schedule to it, so you could follow that. And follow me on Twitter.
Follow all of them. They are all incredible, and I'm so thankful for each and every one of them. And all their stuff is linked down below and put in the chat by Dak. Thank you guys all so much for watching. This has been episode 49, Shipwreck. Ship ahoy.
Wait, what?
Those two right there, you've been on such a streak lately of nailing the title, and that was bad.
You sunk my battleship.
Yeah.
Would you like to try that one?
That was
Shipwreck, ship ahoy.
Yo, that was
Ships
bad.
ahoy.
It's been a long night. This has been episode 49. You sunk my battleship. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Thank you to everyone who donated, super chatted. I love each and every one of you. I'll see you next Wednesday night with another Talking Yu-Gi-Oh! Crazy 8's. Until next time, thank you for watching, and I hope you have
An amazing day.
Take care, guys.
Good night, guys.